Welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast. This week brought to you by I'm Gus.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Ellie.
I'm Bernie.
And I'm Gus. Bernie's a little late. He was doing something.
I saw Ellie's eye makeup, and I was inspired by Ellie's eye makeup, so I had to get the same eye makeup.
I feel like
from
it would have
Anna.
been a better reveal if you were in the seat.
What's that?
What?
Well, you guys hadn't seen it. Had you seen it?
It was still
No.
revealed.
Because it's revealed to you as well.
There you
Oh,
go.
well, my reaction was shit in that case.
Yeah, we had some pre-podcast drinks in the bus. You did not come.
I was
Gavin.
invited. I was recording, though.
Gavin was on a phone call outside, and I went to say hello to him, and he did this, Gus. He's on the phone, and he goes,
Ooh.
I did not. I'm one of this.
no, it was a very
Was it the finger or the
dismissive-
hand?
It was the hand.
Two different, very, very different messages.
Very
It
different.
was all four
Why would I do
fingers.
this? That's if, like, you're talking to me. I'm
One
like,
moment, please.
It definitely was a dismissive, don't speak to me. I'm on a very important phone call. Can I ask you what the phone call was?
If someone dismisses me with a hand, I'm okay with it. If someone dismisses me with the finger, I'm going to knock that fucking finger out of the air.
Oh,
It was
really?
Yeah.
I think that's
fucking
normal.
rude.
doing this?
Pretty rude.
Yeah.
It's really rude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so rude.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I can't right
No,
now.
it's like, no.
No, it's
like, if
like-
you go, like,
You wait.
right. Like, if the hand is, give me a minute.
Max
The finger is, no.
no, you did the waggle.
Oh, the
I never
yeah,
The
That's
waggle's like
waggle.
escalated even more.
No,
The
that's like an
like a little sassy.
Do not do that.
So was your call with Meg about your water tray argument, which very clearly she was in the wrong? Was that a
Oh, my
hard
God, I
week?
thought you were going to...
Was that a hard weekend at your house when Meg was so very clearly wrong about something?
I felt bad. She was getting bombarded. I clearly was right, but we actually had to like delete the video because
I saw,
it was
so I'm
literally
asking.
thousands of responses.
What was this?
Well, when you reach out to people and you ask them to give their opinion, they're going to give
Well, we
their fucking
appreciate
opinion.
it. And after an hour or so, it was clear that I was right. There was this little so in a fridge where you have like the water filler part.
Yep.
There's like a drip tray that you can clean,
Mm-hmm.
but it was cleaned, but it was put back in upside down.
Ah.
So I was like, things upside down, and she sort of rotated it like this, and I was like, no, it's upside down. And she's like, what? And I was like,
she just spun it.
yeah, but it was really like it
The
had to be like
upside
that. The upside was
was
down.
down.
Yeah, it was a whole thing. We've been through it to death.
She was adamant about her position to the point where they even made a Twitter poll based on this.
A video and poll.
A video and video was explanation. The poll followed shortly afterwards.
Yeah.
But the poll was taken down. Do you remember what the breakdown was?
I think it was like 67 to 33%.
So that's still closer than I would have thought. 33% of people
Yeah.
are wrong.
Yeah.
You agree with Gavin.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Upside is
I was blown
flipping.
away that I won because she tweeted it. It was on her profile.
People
So
were still like
all the
nah.
people who follow her and like her. I didn't tweet it at all.
My facial recognition on my laptop does not recognize me, if that tells you anything.
What about your phone?
Let me see.
It's like a newer technology
I
there.
don't think infrared
No,
sees make
it
it.
doesn't recognize me.
Are you serious?
That's
yeah,
so funny.
it does not recognize me.
Wow.
It makes
That's
your eyes.
interesting.
It makes your blue pop.
There it goes.
There.
Just had to make a second effort.
Man, I saw one of the. I have to talk about this. Last week I saw one of the most complicated to explain scams on the internet that I've seen in a long time.
Really?
It was really insidious. Esther and I were going to get Indian food. So there's like this local Indian restaurant that we like. And I told her what I wanted. I was like, just go. And I asked her if she could order it online. So she ordered it. And I was like, all right, I'm going to go down to the restaurant and pick it up. As I'm driving to the restaurant, my phone rings. I answer it. And it's a dude calling to confirm my order. And I was like, yeah, that's what I ordered. There's a dude with an Indian accent. I was like, that's weird. Normally when we order from that restaurant, they never call and confirm the order. Like, I just go and get it. So I show up at the restaurant and they're like, all right, yeah, we got the order. Oh, and my wife she also paid for the meal online. I get to the restaurant and they're like, how did you make this order? And I said, oh, my wife just ordered it from your website. And they go, because it came into us a weird way. Like, this isn't how our orders from our website come in. I was like, I don't know. She said she went to your website. So then I sit down and I'm waiting for my food and I text Esther, ask, how did you order this food? She goes, I went to their website. I said, okay. So like I look on their website and I'm like, yeah, they have order online here. And then as I'm like looking this up, I get a text message. What is that text message? I should look at it. It says, where was it?
What did you order, by the way? Let's get to
I
the
got
smart part here.
the chicken makhni.
What is that?
It's like a tikka masala.
It's chicken with that's
Dear customer, I get this text message while I'm looking
pretty
this up.
basic though, right?
Dear customer, if you like our services, like our FB page to stay updated with the latest offers posted on the page. And it's got a company name after it. I'm like, that's weird. So then I look up the restaurant's Yelp page.
Ooh.
And their Yelp page is like verified. It's claimed by them. So it's got like the check mark or whatever. And on their Yelp page, it does not have their website. It's got a different website. The URL is the same, like Austin Indian Restaurant, but instead of .net, it's .us on their Yelp page. So then you click on it, and it's got their logo. It says order online.
Such a specific business
It
model.
looks like the real website, but it's not the actual website.
But then you order through them, and then they place the order through the real company?
Right. So then this third party, they charge
like a
more.
travel agency for food.
They charge
right?
more than if you order directly on the real website, and they fax the order in, so they don't ever actually pay the restaurant that gives you the food.
What do they do?
They say that the restaurant needs to invoice them, and then they'll cut a check. I looked that company up on Google, and it's just all returns of, I run a restaurant, this company is sending me orders, and they never pay me.
Wow. So they're just fake websites that you.
It's
So
like
they just become the middleman?
they
in all these
became a
different-
middleman, take the money,
Crazy.
send an order on, and then they don't do anything. They don't pay the restaurant. They don't, like, they just keep all the money.
Wow, that's
Wow.
amazing.
That is dark.
And of course
Why didn't I
like
think of this?
as I'm explaining this as I'm talking to like the guy who I'm picking the food up from, like the owner walks in, and I'm trying to explain to him, like, he's just a restaurant owner. He doesn't understand the internet. I'm like, there's someone in California who's impersonating, like, I'm showing him the website. He's like, that's our website. It's like, this is not your website. This is someone else copying your website. Like, look, the prices are wrong on it.
So you gave your credit card to this company.
Right. And I'm like, great. That's
Yeah,
not the fun
that's-
company has my credit card now.
That's the other part of this too.
Wow.
This
That's
fucking
insane.
crazy.
But was it not like an encrypted credit card section on the...
Yeah, I mean, they just set up an SSL. Who knows where that went?
It's a pretty lame scam.
It feels like a lot of work though to replicate the whole website. To go like you'd have to have some actual skills to do that.
Just
so why
copy
not
and
get a real
Yeah,
job?
it's
That's
fairly
it. That's the
easy.
real job.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it. That's
Just use the
their
job to
solve.
get in between them. Yeah.
Weird.
Do we know for sure we've got store.roosterteeth.net?
Shush. Let's go register
middleman?
right now.
But yeah, I can't believe that went through. So I had to I had to contact Yelp and ask them to change the website for the guy, and I was like, "This is who the domain's registered to. This is his name. This is his email address. Like, I don't think you're gonna be able to do anything, but that's it."
Oh, that sucks.
Ellie,
Yeah.
British, right?
Go on.
Indian food here.
As you were.
Indian food here is like, well, crap.
So crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
No,
What
it's
are you
not
talking
good.
about?
It's not good. But then again, like English Indian food is world class. So
Yeah.
we've got like there's a high floor.
Remember the food we had in India?
That being said, right? We went to India and
Good
had
Indian food, right?
Tremendous.
Yeah.
English Indian food, just like that.
No.
Well, tikka masala is actually an English dish. Like it was invented in England.
It's also like the official dish of London or
Oh
something,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah. We're super serious about it.
It's also Indian food in the UK is the 2 a.m. or for you guys like 3, 4 a.m. when you get out of the pub.
That's
No,
a
that's like
kebab.
kebab van.
Yeah.
Oh, is it kebab? Is that
Yeah.
what y'all do?
Yeah.
Okay. For us, it's like, would you say, Gus, would you say it's Chinese food that late? Like the late grab food?
Either that or like 24-hour diner food is what I always think of. That's what I used to always. I used to always go to
There
like
you go.
Star Seeds or
Nah,
like
you want
Denny's.
like
place like
sweaty
that.
meat shaved off a...
Yeah, or that
Questionable
or like
spit.
some like bad canned curry sauce on chips. Did you do cheesy chips?
I did cheesy chips. I never did curry sauce on chips.
Oh,
Isn't
that's-
that
yeah.
sort of like a more posh thing?
I don't know if it is.
You got like
I've
either it's
seen it
gravy
made.
or mayo or curry sauce or cheese.
Curry sauce is usually 50p extra. I'll give you that. I'll
Yeah.
give you that.
Couldn't be
But that
affording
was like
that.
the classic. We'd do that. I went to uni in Bournemouth, and that was always the curry chips after the clubs closed.
You
So-
went to uni in Bournemouth?
Yes.
Okay.
Why?
It just took me a while to figure out what that meant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't you have like James Buckley come and DJ once?
Yeah.
There or something?
Yeah, I did. We were at this like it was in my first year, and it was like the club that my university
Oh,
owned.
your matriculating year. Go ahead. Please, go ahead.
Obviously.
And it was, like a special DJ set night with James Buckley. And that was my opening to him when I met him here. I was like, I saw a DJ set with you once. And he was like, cool. And I was like, you did it. Like, I just happened to be there. I didn't seek
Mentioning
you
your
out.
career, no big. The you know how when you're dating someone and you know they're different levels of drunk, like we all know our own levels of drunk. Like if I get to a point in the night and my brain says stop drinking right now and I don't listen,
Yeah.
that's gonna be a terrible night.
Mistake.
Really terrible night.
Yeah.
Or if I can't remember anything that happened the night before, usually the last thing I remember is somebody saying, "Hey, let's get some shots." That's usually the last thing I remember.
Specifically tequila shot for me.
Really, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like a good night shot.
It's all awful. But You learn that about someone you're dating long term as well. And what I learned about Ashley is there is a point of no return with her. I know when I've reached the point of no return with drinking, where there is a hot dog stand. What do you call best worst? Or
Yeah, like a hot dog sausage stand.
yeah, it's like a little sausage stand that's on 6th Street. It's just. It's as dirty as it comes. Like, it's one of those open flames where they have an oven tray, not an actual like grill. It's like an oven tray on top of little burners, and they have a curry ketchup. And so I know if she wants to go there, it's over.
It's over.
Yeah.
No, it's done.
When she like sits on the curb, like squats, and like, eats it.
Gets
yeah.
at it.
It's like a primitive thing.
Imagine all of her peripheral vision just disappears if she's eating it. It's just a hot dog.
One time when I was in Seattle, I went to one of the. I was a little tipsy, and I went to one of those like sausage stands like that, and I got this giant hot dog like covered in mustard and onions. And I was so excited to eat it, and I took a bite, and the entire sausage and all the condiments fell right onto my shoes. So I was left holding this soggy bun. And I was like, "Well, that was shitty. Like that's a terrible way to end the night."
Did you just buy another one?
And I left. I was like, fuck this.
It wasn't meant to be.
It was not meant to be. I was so upset.
Actually, my last memory on my birthday this year was actually saying, "Let's get some shots."
Really?
Yeah, and then but do you remember this is when we were at E3 in LA, and it was my birthday.
Yep.
And I remember you texted me at like 2 a.m, like, "Happy birthday, have a good night," and I texted you something that like, "Rage for me now," because I had like walked out of the party and found my way home somehow after Ashley bought us a round of shots. I was like, "It's done, it's over."
Hey, where was I? I hadn't yet shown up in LA yet, right?
No, you were at the YouTube party. I just left. I ghosted
Oh, right.
after the shots happened.
Where was the place where we were? We went to some event where Ellie, must have been in Melbourne for PAX.
Go
Ellie
on.
and her friend Beth
Yes.
completely took over the photo booth for about 4 hours straight.
So good.
And to the point where they broke the photo booth. She has
break it.
20,000 photos from that party.
I mean, approximately.
Yeah.
It has its own
like-
Instagram account now.
The thing, it should.
You like hit capacity on it?
We got to the point where it was like, I think we just took all the film from it. Like, it didn't have any more.
I had no bits.
It had no bits, and we felt so bad because these people behind us have been waiting for ages because we were just like savage and stayed in there for like hours. And then as soon as we left, it was like, "No more," and they were like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" We were like, "Sorry," but yeah, that was.
Did you see the story that came out this weekend about the drunk guy who broke in? Well, he didn't break into. The drunk guy who went to Waffle House at like 4 a.m. and no one was there, so he made his own food.
Really?
That's amazing.
He went to Waffle House
Because
and
it's open.
there was one employee there who was asleep at a table. So he said,
Great.
He went into the kitchen, he made himself his food, cleaned up, took a few photos of himself, posted it on Facebook, left, and then the next day came back and paid for his food.
That's the dream, dude.
Wow.
Why didn't he pay
that's
that
amazing.
night?
He probably didn't want to open the register.
Why didn't he just leave a 20 on
I
the
mean, you
thing?
leave money? Like, I mean, then someone will just take it.
If the
tuck
next
into the
person who comes
sleeping-
in to make their dinner,
He has to give himself
think-
change from that.
Did you read about the drunk guy? I think it was in Australia who stole the entire kebab. Like he stole the massive.
Like he dehooked the whole meat.
yeah, there's a great
I
photo
did not
of him.
hear about that.
What?
I did not
There's
hear
a
about
great
that.
photos. Patrick, I don't know if we can find it of a drunk dude holding the entire skewer of kebab.
I bet that's so satisfying to take a bite out of.
that's the best. You know, like when you do something dumb when you're drunk and you wake up and it's like that, like you steal a sign or something and then it's in your room. Waking up to find a full donut, like
Yes.
on your floor, just like, oh no,
A friend of mine in college did
It'd be
that.
in a puddle of grease.
it would be just so disgusting.
He was wandering through backyards, like I don't know why, when he was drunk, and he came through some bushes, and there in front of him was a duck. And so he took the duck and took it home, but he couldn't remember where he got the duck.
Oh, God.
So he spent all this time going door to door trying to find the owner of the
Is
duck.
this your duck?
He had the duck for probably like 10 years.
What?
Yeah,
A
this
10-year duck?
Yeah, he ended up having to keep this duck.
How
because-
duck at that
took
How
point?
it-
long did ducks live?
apparently more than 10 years. I don't know. We had it
Wow.
forever.
I don't think there's a decade for a duck.
How long?
Mallards can live 5 to 10 years.
Wow, so that duck really took the piss.
I'm guessing. He might have had it 7 years.
That's
he
an
had
odd
that duck. This is not a duck.
Wow, gosh.
Yeah. I admit I've done some pretty stupid stuff when I'm drunk. I'm really worried.
Was it you? You took the duck?
No.
And here he is.
I can
duck
name the
taker.
person, but I wouldn't want to out them. They're a professional.
There it is. That's the guy with the.
Oh, my
Yeah, there it is.
Where's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
shirt? I mean, you didn't mention that part.
Well, he's drunk. That's implied.
Now, either that's incredibly greasy or that's one that hasn't been used yet because the saran wrap is on it.
I believe it's
still.
saran wrapped. Or it looks like he took a big bite out of the side of it there,
That is
doesn't it?
wrong.
with the cling film.
That is so wrong.
He's so
I bet it's cold. There's
Yeah.
nothing you can do with that.
Because I was thinking about it, like I bet like one on the spit would be
Yeah.
really hot.
That has to be warmed at a constant temperature for 5 to 7 days for it to be before it's eaten.
Did you
Is that the way
work
that works?
That's how I feel like it works. Like I don't know for sure.
I like how
and I've
you
never
state
worked-
fact.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, absolutely. This is what it looks like, right? When they're like cutting it off, you're just like, I should not, but I
Oh.
will.
man, who is this? On Twitter, Megnog at Wiz Lakifa talking about your duck said she'd call that a duckade.
Nice.
Nice. Wow.
That's a good one.
I feel like
Good.
Barbara is here in spirit.
Yeah, props.
Solid.
Did you hear about that problem American Airlines had last week?
With the pilots?
Well, they gave like all the pilots holiday at once.
Yeah.
The scheduling system didn't accommodate for everyone wanting Christmas off, so they let every pilot take off Christmas.
And there were like 15,000 flights
It is
without pilots.
unplannable.
Yeah.
Like no one knew that Christmas was going to happen.
It's only happened, what
Yeah.
now? 2017 times.
Well, they didn't celebrate the first year, surely.
What's that?
Well,
no way
the
everyone
three wise men
celebrated.
did.
You not heard of the Nativity? That was a
Yeah, they were
celebration.
into it, but what was everyone else doing? There was no room at the inn. They weren't celebrating it.
Right, the pilot didn't have to worry about pilots taking off.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, in 180. Yeah.
Yeah.
American Airlines. Yeah, they weren't prepared for it in 180. First of all, America didn't exist, neither did airlines.
America existed. Certain people hadn't found it yet.
Well, it wasn't named America. It was named whatever the country actually is called. And then we found it and we're like, America.
It's America now.
There was 15,000 flights. And I think we estimated if you round it off to like 200 people per flight, it's like 3 million people
Yeah.
I
affected
bet
by
a
an
lot
outage
of pilots
of
would
that
have been
size.
affected. Like pilots going on vacation
Right.
wouldn't have been up to. I mean, I assume you don't fly yourself to your own vacation.
They're like, I'm not flying our airline. I'm going to fly somewhere else.
It's the only time throughout our travel sagas that I've been happy that I booked One World BA through American
Why?
because my flight operator to home is operated through British Airways. So
Oh,
it's
really?
Not affected. Yeah.
Operated by British Airways, huh?
Yeah.
All right, here we
Yeah.
go.
Didn't get my free upgrade
Fight,
because
fight,
I don't
fight.
care. But
But if you can, you might as well.
well, it's true.
'Cause
But you
it's the same
can't.
money for
But
the
you can't
different benefits.
because we figured that out. We found that out, and you were right.
Yeah.
And we'll move on. We'll move past it.
Ellie and I have a new thing in our life, and it's my favorite thing ever. Obviously, I spend most of my time just trying to figure out how to make Ellie's day harder. That's a big part of my job now. So she sits right outside my office door, and our ceilings here, you can just shout and people will hear you.
Well, ceilings.
Ceilings, right. It's literally an open grate.
Fire
that-
marshal approved ceiling.
Right, exactly. It's just open. It's basically those little acoustic tiles and a couple open grates. So the ceilings are kind of implied here. So when you talk, everyone around you can hear everything. Nonetheless, I didn't think she could be a proper assistant and greet people unless she had an intercom system to speak to me.
It's
Like,
amazing.
so she has a button now on her desk.
Like old style.
Yeah.
It's like
awesome.
I love it because it's like such a power move. 'Cause people will come and be like, "Hey, it's Bernie," and then I'm like, "Mr. Burns, are you free?"
Does it make the buzzing noise? The boop.
It does make a
Wait,
digital
who's
version
that
of that.
power move for? Him or you?
Me,
How's that power move?
because I get to be like, "You may not walk in right now." 1 second, and then Bernie will be like, "Oh, I'm just finishing up things." I'm like, "Please wait."
Because well, let's act out a little skit here. You do your end, I'll do my end.
Okay. So Blaine, do
did
you
you-
mind? Mr. Burns, are you free right now?
I'm not here.
Okay, I'll relay. He's actually not available currently.
Here's how I
So Blaine
imagine.
gets to hear me say I'm not here.
Here's how I imagine it actually goes. You be you. I'll be Bernie.
Okay. Mr. Burns, are you free right now? It's actually just like background noises of PUBG.
That's usually what it is. Yeah.
So you need to have a sign on your door then that says, "Please do not knock. Speak to Ellie."
Ellie's, she's good.
Oh,
Yeah, but if someone comes from the other
I
side,
catch people.
because you're on one side, like if someone comes from this side,
That's when I'm like,
yeah, you gotta have.
what's up?
You gotta have like a
What do you
mirror
want?
set up so
What do
you can
you
like
need?
see down that hallway.
yeah, that would be so good.
You know, like at hospitals,
Like
they always
one of
have like
those
that
corner
round
mirrors?
mirror so you can see like down every possible
I would
hallway.
love that.
I feel like you should get a camera in there just so you can see what he's doing.
That's probably not a good idea.
I had a weird moment. Yeah. And also, you can monitor through this thing, which I'm not sure how I feel about. You can monitor the audio. Not that all the audio can't be heard through our
Real
ceilings
life.
anyway. Yeah. But Matt, today, I had a bit of what I would call a long lunch. It started Friday. And so-
You want to talk about it?
yeah, and so I had a long lunch, and Matt texts me, and he goes, "Hey, I need to have a quick chat with Marshall real quick. Is it cool if we use your office?" And I just wrote back, "Yeah, okay, cool, I'll clear out." He goes, "We're in here right now."
Busted.
I feel like I got busted a little bit there on my platitude for the CEO.
That's amazing.
Why did you even reply like that? What the hell's wrong with you?
Oh, sure. I'll just gather my things.
Yeah, let me give you a moment. I'll clear out
I
of
feel
here.
like you're defensive when you don't even have to be.
I don't have to
like if ever you're caught in a nap and you've just woken up, you hate that, and you're like, oh, I wasn't asleep.
I think that's a natural thing to
Meg does that with me,
not be. You don't want to be caught asleep.
but like I'll come home, she'll be like up and about with a big line down her face. Sorry, I spit, and I'll be like, been sleeping? She's like, no, I've been sleeping.
No, I've just done some
You do the same.
Pilates, had
It's not
an
a
orange
weakness.
juice.
If you're asleep, you were asleep.
You're bringing this up from one very specific example, though. And that is when we went to the film festival in Breda, Netherlands, and I overslept for something. And I came down.
right.
And I had,
But you didn't even oversleep. You weren't late. You
I
were
was
just
very close to late.
you were just woozy and creasy.
Yeah.
Creasy.
I also, we had gone out the night before, and we had gotten miserably
That
drunk.
bloody-
We actually just talked about
Bloody
this.
woman, yeah, with the gauntlets.
That Irish
Not the
woman who
gauntlets, the
ran a
goblets.
Belgian bar in Netherlands.
Gauntlets.
Yeah, she had these ceramic mugs with these beer. We talked about it last week, but we got so drunk. And that was probably the last time, what was that, 8 years ago? 7 years ago? Probably.
Yeah,
It's a bit ago.
2009,
It was about the lifespan of a duck, somewhere
Yeah.
between 5 and 10 years.
a year before a duck dies.
It was one duck ago that you and I went to the Netherlands and drank this beer.
And I think the beer cost 3 sandwiches.
I think it did. And that was the last time I threw up from drinking.
During
You
the
threw
night?
up?
or the
Yeah.
day
Oh my
after?
God, I threw up so much that
But
night.
the thing is, what you were there for, your little presentation or whatever, you nailed it. No one would ever have known
Crushed it
that you were asleep 7 minutes earlier and vomiting.
and completely hungover.
Yeah.
Vomiting the day of or the day after?
That's professional.
Day before we drank, and so I woke up with the hangover to go do the event.
Were there
Ooh, that's
two
rough.
obligations then? Because there was another one where we had to bail on waffles because someone got the
Because there
time
was no
wrong.
one working
Oh, that was the
there?
rehearsal for the event.
Right. They were delicious Belgian waffles. And
Wow.
and then you
I don't
were-
think so because Jason was with us for the waffles.
No, that was Jeff.
Was it Jeff with us?
And you were mad at Jeff because he got the time wrong of the thing. We had to bail on waffles.
That's right. Yeah.
And then we couldn't spend that long in the really nice smelling alley.
We already paid for the waffles, and we were just waiting for them to be made. And then this happened, and we had to go running off. What a bummer. That's a bummer.
Do you still think about those waffles often?
They're so good. They're like Stroop waffles, which are just basically
Ugh.
cookies with a bunch
Caramel
of
in the
caramel.
middle?
Someone gave me some Stroop waffles at RTX this year. Like
Really?
authentic, real Stroop waffles. Not that.
Weren't they your like
Crap-
power
crappy
food
good
for
bullshit.
the Amazing Race?
That is right.
Yeah.
Ashley and I did a lot of research to determine what had the highest calorie count per ounce of carry weight.
That's
And so
smart.
that these marathon runners have these, what are they called? I should know by now, but they're these little waffles. They're basically like Stroop waffles, but they're energy things. Like the gels and everything else still weighed more versus the amount of calories they would give you.
What's the stuff in Lord of the Rings?
Lambus
bread.
bread. We actually talked about it like that. Lambus bread. We wanted Lambus bread. Let me tell you, those became really powerful bargaining tools for us. These little waffles.
Can't you just crush bread
No.
back into dough?
What?
never
Like the
did that?
process of making bread is reversible?
You never just get a slice of bread and just mash it into the smallest area possible and eat
No,
it?
I would make cubes
I
out
used to
of
do
it.
that.
Oh,
Some Stroop waffles there.
that's
they're showing us
so
an image
good.
of Stroop waffles right
So
now.
it sucks when you have to think about food like that way, caloric and like trying to maximize yourself, and you don't get to fully enjoy your meal, like a meal that could be provided to you by Blue Apron.
Nailed it, Gus.
This episode of Receipt Podcast is brought to you by Blue Apron.
If you pay for a year in advance, a drunk dude will show up at your house with a Donner and just give you the whole thing.
You look like
That's a lie.
Pat Butcher.
Who's Pat Butcher? I got Eddie Izzard a lot on this.
I don't know who Pat Butcher is either.
You do look like Pat
Let me
Butcher.
look at Pat Butcher.
That's amazing.
You're not going to explain who Pat Butcher is?
EastEnders.
It's classic character of EastEnders.
Hampton Clements.
All he needs is like some,
I need
like
a kerchief.
yeah.
You know,
Or
she
you need
used
like
to-
a blonde rinse.
She used to shop in my Waitrose.
Did she?
Yeah?
Wow. that's
Were
a
you
good
allowed to
claim
say good day
fame.
to her and all that?
No, I didn't talk to her.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
Why
wanna
would
be
you? Why
spoken
would you
to.
speak to another person? Why would that even happen? Let me put this on. No, I don't like that.
You can't see the full effect.
So these waffles, when we got them, they're called Honey Stinger waffles. We got them at REI.
Stinger?
I got to use, by the way, $127 at REI by the end of the year.
Let's go buy like
Buy a
one thing.
coat.
Everything's so expensive there.
Per coat
It is pretty expensive, right?
Yeah.
or a tent.
Because you get some of your money back. I'm just gonna go buy $127 worth of Stroop waffles. Just do that.
Buy a climbing rope.
Why?
You could use rope. for
I'm
anything.
sure I could
Everyone
probably.
needs rope.
one thing about being in the bus now is the bus is such a confined space.
I saw your bus for the first time.
Oh yeah, did you come by and say hello and have a drink with me? Get a
I didn't have a drink. I had to leave, but it was nice.
You did come by, so you missed. We didn't do warmed nuts today, but we did do carajillos.
You've been doing this thing where you've just been walking into Achievement Hunter and delivering me lovely things. Like
I gave
nice
you a
drinks.
drink once,
And then
everybody
came
else
to the
warm nuts.
Yeah, you came to the set with like first class nuts.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's good shit.
Where'd those go, by the way? Did the broadcast crew? What'd you guys do with my little? There they are. Look at that.
Nuts.
What do you call that? A
It's
container.
That's
what we
it's
got.
a ramekin.
Ramekin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ramekin?
Thank
Yeah,
you. It's
it's
a
a ramekin.
ramekin.
Okay, so I have a little.
I learned that the year I matriculated.
Oh, did you really? I got.
We're learning Bernie doesn't have a very good vocabulary.
I have a very good vocabulary.
Do you?
All right, demonstrate it.
You didn't know that was a ramekin?
It's really super good vocabulary.
the best.
It is like a totally good,
like
really good
well good, right?
vocabulary.
These are ramekins.
These are ramekins.
For like a good like.
Oh, there's a little bit of nut and
for a
salt
little
left
creme
in this.
brulee.
There's a little bit of price tag still on the bottom of that one.
Oh, is there really? I gotta get rid of that. You know me.
$1.99.
Oh, yeah, from Bed Bath and Beyond.
That means he didn't
a
wash
bargain.
it, by the way. If the sticker's still on there,
I did wash it. I washed the inside
How
of it
much
out.
do you pay for a ramekin?
Look at that, though.
I don't
Look
have
at
a
you.
ramekin.
Yeah.
I have like a little
not clean
sushi
enough for
soy
me.
bowl.
Yeah. What do you make creme brulee in?
Not often making creme brulee.
That's not
I
a
left
staple?
my chef's blowtorch in England, so
No,
I really
no.
I can't make
is
it.
there a difference between a chef's blowtorch and like an actual blowtorch?
Well, probably smaller.
Yeah, it's a little smaller and less
Maybe
kind
the
of like.
They're
propane can
badass.
isn't like
Yeah.
this big.
My
it's
mom
like
makes a
tiny.
mean creme brulee.
I've had your mom's creme brulee.
You have.
We went to
What has happened
her
to this
parents'
company?
farmhouse, which was built in like 1400 AD or something like that, before the country existed. And
It existed.
she made us creme brulee. It was delicious.
It was really good.
We also had lamb.
lamb.
We had lamb that day? Okay,
The
good.
lamb.
I'm trying to remember.
Do you have any Yorkshire puds?
No, because you don't have Yorkshire pud with lamb.
Well, we
I
did the
mean,
next
just to
morning. We went out
push
with a
forward
friend
the
of yours and we had
Britishness.
breakfast, and I had everything. And Ellie was very particular about what she would eat in her full English breakfast. But I had the gross pudding,
true, I am.
the extra gross pudding,
Yeah.
and then the third
We
gross
had
pudding
white
as well.
pudding
Where was this?
in London.
Oh, okay.
When we were there for RTX London. Yeah, he had black pudding and white pudding.
What the Christ is white pudding?
Oh, it's just like all the cartilage and fat and
Chicken
stuff.
water.
Yeah, so black pudding is like blood and blood
White pudding or oatmeal pudding is a meat dish popular in Ireland, Scotland, Northumberland, Nova, whatever. White pudding is similar to black pudding, but it does not include blood. It consists of pork meat and fat. Suet, what's that? S-U-E-T? I've never heard of that.
Delicious.
Bernie, can you
What
tell us
it
what that is? Bread and oatmeal formed into a large sausage.
It's 100% not okay.
It's like a,
Oh,
It was
there
grainy
is.
and it was chewable.
oh god, that looks like. Oh,
Yeah.
I have no idea. Suet is the raw, hard fat of beef or mutton found around the loins and kidneys.
Sometimes you just
Hell
gotta
yeah.
chuck shit away. You don't have to use it.
Well, I
Well,
said
in deepest, darkest Ireland, you do.
you do, because when the winter gets dark and everything.
It's like, sure, we go to the shops, or let's just use the suet. Come on, let's just do it.
I saw on Reddit today someone posted like a piece of homework that a child had written supposedly, and I guess there was a question that the teacher had written down. They're supposed to write an essay about, and the question was, if you were stranded on a desert island, would you rather be by yourself or with someone else? And then
That's you.
the answer that this kid wrote was, I'd rather be on the island with someone else, someone that I hate. That way, when I'm hungry, I have someone to eat.
Wow, good
Whoa,
thinking.
savage.
That's some critical thinking.
That is very critical thinking.
Someone that I hate that I
Psychopath.
would not feel bad about consuming.
How long could you live off of a person?
Whoa.
Good week.
Like, can you
Well-
can you store it? Like, do you have a method to
Yeah,
store
if
it to
you
stop
make-
If you don't
spoilers?
kill
Try
them,
it, make
if you don't
jerky,
kill
one
them, you
time.
don't need to store it.
If you put a rod down them and just slowly rotate them for a week,
5 to 7 days.
5 to 7 days,
What's like
you
in
can shave off.
in the Two Towers, the Uruks
That's
talk about
nice.
like cutting off a leg of one of the hobbits, right? Like they don't need their leg.
Right.
It's true.
Just take the leg.
They don't need their legs.
So, I mean, this is the stuff you got to think about when you're fighting for survival.
Oh,
So if you had somebody with you, if you killed them, you got to eat all that meat in like a week.
yeah, that's like
But if you-
not next week, but the week after in my survival training.
But if you don't kill them,
Well, you could like smoke them or something, right?
oh yeah, I guess you could. You could sun dry a person.
Jerky.
Oh gosh, wow.
How long could you live off a person? Assuming no spoiling. Let's say you got a person and a cooler.
I think I could live for 2 or 3 weeks.
A cow's like what? 600 pounds?
Oh, way more than that.
Is it 800 pounds? How much is a cow? Everybody?
Cow. I would guess.
Broadcast.
Which
We
is
asked-
way-
what do you
I would
guys?
guess-
all
What
I
do you
do
guys
is
do?
ask you guys for facts, and nobody ever has facts.
Female adult cow, 1,600 pounds. Male adult cow, 2,400 pounds.
And you could live off of a cow for a
2,400.
long time.
Yeah.
A long time.
Look, weigh a stomach that's full, and then divide that by a cow.
That's not how that works.
What do you mean?
That's not how it works. You don't fill up on cow.
Way a full
What do you mean?
Well,
stomach.
think about it this way. You can eat a
Divided by
half-pound burger,
cow.
right?
Yeah.
Are you really stuffed? Like, that's a meal, a half-pound burger. So then that's your math. A meal is a half a pound of beef.
But why not? Why not a quarter pound or a whole pound?
I'm trying to get you full, dude. You're not going to have bread. You're just eating meat.
Okay.
It's true. Or like plants and plants if you can forage them.
I would wait to kill the person before I had grown some lettuce or something to have with it, just to.
And they're just
Vary
there.
the taste.
Like wait.
Patrick is
Why are you
saying,
growing all these condiments?
Don't worry
Patrick
about
is
it.
saying an average 1,000-pound steer breaks down to provide 432 pounds of saleable beef.
I've seen that. Yep. And the average American eats around 270 pounds of meat per year.
This is some upsetting
Loser.
math.
270 pounds of meat is a lot.
not a
So
lot.
you could. So 270 pounds of meat. How much of a
That's
person
like
do you think
eating
is meat?
two people.
Like a 880-pound person.
Yep. I mean, going off that, you get like 40% of a cow you can eat. I don't think you can eat 40% of a person.
I don't think you can either.
I think you'd be lucky to get like 25 to 30%.
So you're looking at 25% of 180.
180, 90,
Probably
45
looking about-
pounds?
Yeah, what's that?
45 pounds?
45, yeah. So
Would a human have wing meat?
so if you eat 270
How is everyone okay with this conversation?
We're just doing math here. This is
Just
just,
spitballing.
We're not naming names. We're just speculating.
I just came up with a random number, 280 pounds. I didn't pick someone in particular. Like I didn't say if I was trapped on a deserted island with Gus, how long could I live?
Who would you rather eat from this company? I actually feel like we've had this conversation.
I think
we
we
have
we
too.
have had this conversation. This sounds very familiar.
Top choice.
Blaine would be good.
So you'd eat American meat? Because you got a choice now. You've got
Yeah.
like
Well,
Canadian,
Americans way more, right?
but British beef is prime.
But when you eat a Brit, you're worried about mad cow disease.
That's true.
That's long gone.
Wow, you guys trapped in the 90s.
Yeah, were you all alive in the 90s? I forget. Did you all eat beef in the 90s? Probably. Fucking telling me I'm trapped in the 90s. That shit's trapped in you, motherfucker.
All right. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I know how this works. Man, the other day I was. I'm going to change the subject since you're a little uncomfortable with it.
No, I'm totally fine
The
with
other
it.
day I was. I had to take someone to a doctor's appointment.
It's the first time Gus has accommodated anyone on the podcast
Wow.
ever, by the way.
I'm being very nice.
Very special moment. What
I had to take someone to a doctor's appointment.
do you mean someone? You mean your wife Esther?
No, it was someone else. I don't want to out that person's doctor appointment.
Benjamin.
It's their deal. I would have told you about this ahead of time if you'd been in your fucking seat. That way you wouldn't ask who it was.
You're taking random people to the doctor?
I had to take someone to a
Okay.
doctor's appointment.
Well, now I'm curious.
And we're getting ready to
Do you want to
leave.
shut off the podcast for a second?
We're getting ready to leave. And there's another patient who's also like leaving. They're getting ready. They're walking out the door. And as they're walking out the door, the nurse says to them, "Oh, thanks for coming in. Hope you all have a Merry Christmas." And the woman who's walking out stops, turns around, looks at the nurse and says, "Thank you. And thank you for saying Christmas."
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then the nurse says, "Well, there's a few holidays coming up. So, happy holidays actually does work better. So happy holidays."
Well, she went back on her
Yeah.
commitment to
And
the
then
Christian holiday.
the patient's walking out the door, just like looks at her and then turns around and leaves. It's like, man, who's the person who's like, "Thank you for saying Christmas"?
Well, let me ask you a question, though, honestly, in that situation. If she said Merry Christmas to the person and that person specifically asked them or thanked them for saying Christmas to them, why would she go back on it? Like if I said Happy Hanukkah to someone, they go, "Oh, thanks for saying Happy Hanukkah." I'll go, "You know what? Never mind.
No.
Happy holidays, not necessarily your specific
Because
holiday."
it's like, it's so pointed. It's so pointed of being like, yes. And actually that means that you agree with my super exclusive thing.
I get that. I do get that part
There
of it.
there was some attitude in
Yeah,
it.
it does
Yeah.
sound like it, especially the way you said it, and
Yeah.
I get that part of it. But then why back off? I mean,
because it's like, actually, there are a bunch of different holidays coming up and like, way to be
Now that
real-
I think about
real
it.
exclusive.
I
mean,
bet
she
it's because
doesn't-
other people are listening.
Right. She doesn't
Yeah.
want to seem exclusive to other people and like
Right.
agreeing with this
And
narrow
it's kind
view
of
the
just like a
holidays.
natural, like, kind of reflex, like, Happy Christmas. It's December. Right?
Damn right.
But if you
Yeah,
guess the
exactly.
denomination of the holiday and you got hers right, why would you be upset by that? Like, it's okay to greet someone with their specific holiday.
Because of their response. They're definitely all in the response of being like, yes, and thank you for that.
Or they were told not to say Christmas, accidentally did it, and then they're like, "Oops."
Yeah,
thanks
that
for
could
reminding me."
also be it.
Who
We,
goes around telling people not to
we,
say Christmas?
People.
It's the war on
really think
it's the war on Christmas, Bernie.
I know.
Happy
Did you see we have
Utah.
Gotta be PC.
various holiday paraphernalia back there?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We've got
little mixture.
a Hanukkah. We got the Christmas tree. We got the Kwanzaa thing, whose name I don't know.
So you could just go one up on everything too. You could say like Merry Christmas. She goes, oh, thank you, and thank you for saying Christmas. Go, yeah. Hope it's a white Christmas, you fucking racist. That's what I would have done. That's what I would have done.
That would have just been your natural response.
It's two different conversations at that point. I'm not going back on the original thing. I'm just doubling down on this racist bitch. Is it racist? Christmas is racist?
I don't know if it's racist. It's just like exclusionary.
Yeah.
A religion that excludes people?
That's the thing I don't get. Like I have no problem with people saying happy holiday. I can't understand people who do have a problem with other people saying happy holidays. Like, it's not intended to exclude anyone.
No.
It's actually intended to include everyone.
Yeah.
What is the happy holidays?
The happy holidays, right?
Yeah.
It's like you're covering them all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Whatever it is you're
people-
into, good luck with that.
people want that exclusivity. They don't want to be lumped in. People are racist.
I don't know. People want to stand out. I don't know. It's just weird to me. It was the first time I'd experienced that in person.
It's
Like,
definitely a frosty exchange.
right? I always see people like type shit like that. You read that shit online all the time. It's the first time I'd actually seen it.
Someone with the balls to be like, yes, and thank you.
Yeah, it was like, wow, okay. Like, I guess it does happen.
So I've done a new good thing, a new amazing
Interesting.
decision.
This happens so rarely. What did you do?
Decided, right? When my phone is on silent, it no longer vibrates. Life changing. It's changed my life.
But then you're just not getting your texts and phone calls.
Exactly. It's like turning your phone off, but it's much faster.
So when you said good, you meant like good for you and not for the world?
I mean, why is it not good for the world?
Because people need to get hold of you sometimes.
Yeah, but if my phone's on silent, then I'm clearly like, I mean, I don't wake up at 4 a.m.
It's important to take time
It also
for
doesn't
yourself.
tell them it's on silent, right? They're just sending you messages and you're not replying.
Here's the thing, though.
Go ahead.
If you emailed me and I got back to you 2 hours later,
Wow, when does
What-
that ever happen?
Fucking burn.
what is the difference between 2 hours later and 4 hours later?
2 hours.
A lot of people's 2 hours of someone's work day where they need to get shit done and plan stuff around you because you're an important part of the company. I don't know.
right before the
Same
podcast
day.
before the podcast started, Gavin was walking up and I asked him, "Hey, can you do the podcast on the 18th?" He goes, maybe. I think so.
Was in like, yes, right now, but if I have to go out of town, then I can't.
Okay. Yes, right now. There. That's a commitment.
Yes, right now.
Put it in my calendar.
If I fucking sent you an invite and you accepted one time, so I know you can do it.
Maybe my phone was on silent. But silent should be silent. What's the point? I don't want my phone to vibrate anymore.
I
love it. I love it so much.
I've actually selectively disabled most of the vibration alerts on my phone.
Yeah.
Like, I know if my phone vibrates, it's something I need to look at.
Yeah.
Like
and also,
email, I don't get any vibration for it.
if I'm like actually need like silent, like old school silent, I'll put my phone face up near me, so when something comes in, it just lights up. And that to me is better because that way, if I'm not by my phone, yeah.
If
Is it
someone
my-
gets near your phone, it lights up?
Well, if I get a text, it will
Yeah.
light up.
Yeah.
So if I put my phone down, I'm watching.
Yeah, but I've been
Whatever.
out with you for drinks at a bar and stuff. You have your phone in your hand and all of a sudden the flash goes off.
Oh, I don't do that. I'm talking
Okay.
about the screen.
Oh,
But what
just
I
the screen
want
lights up.
is when my phone is in my pocket and on silent, I don't want to be distracted by it. And I'm enjoying life a lot more. Like being out at a bar and I'll check my phone occasionally and I've got like 16 texts. But I wasn't doing this like 16 times throughout the conversation.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And it's one of those, well, look at you with 16 texts, by the way. Congratulations on that. It's like when you turn off notifications and everything. I have notifications off on everything. I'll check it when I want to check it.
Yeah.
You know?
It is really important to take moments away from the technology that's in our faces all the time. I agree with
Yeah.
that.
It's nice.
Yeah.
And I've been playing a lot of board games recently.
I saw you were playing Battleship just
Playing
recently.
Battleship.
Who won?
Meg destroyed me.
Good idea. Good idea saying that
But
after the debate. Was the debate hard?
was it hard?
Well, like after, because the deletion of the tweets spoke volumes to me.
That was long after it was resolved.
Okay.
That was like the next day.
Is it resolved?
Yeah.
You want to
And
talk
she
about
was
it?
like full on like, yeah, you win.
Okay.
Wow.
Look at you guys.
Yeah.
But I smash it at Monopoly and Scrabble. I suck at Battleship. My bombing patterns aren't efficient.
At the Great Big Geek on Twitter says, "At my old pharmacy, we could have been fired if we said Merry Christmas. My
Wow.
current job frowns upon it as well."
Yeah.
So maybe your theory about
You could have been fired for saying Merry Christmas
yes,
Really?
according to the Great Big Geek.
at a pharmacy. Okay. Okay.
That
Can you
seems
imagine
extreme.
being fired for saying something?
Yeah.
Depends what you say.
Well, I mean,
Lots of people get fired for stuff they say.
it's not like, here's your hemorrhoid medication, you fucker. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying something nice to someone.
Yeah,
and then
like
you
a
get,
kind of non-important remark.
yeah, like, thank God it's Friday. It's like, I don't believe in God. I
Wow,
want you
and
fired.
get out.
Get out. You're fired.
Take your
immediately.
shit and get out.
I don't know. It seems weird to me that someone would go out of their way to tell people not to say Merry Christmas.
I mean, I was told at Waitrose never to say "Have a nice day"
Well, that's
Really?
weird. You're British.
Why?
That's
because they said it sounded too much like Walmart, and English people hate American corporations.
Oh, that's true. Have a nice day. Yeah, because everyone's like, you don't care about me.
yeah. Don't tell me what to do.
Don't ask me about my day. You don't care.
You
I'm
don't
from
care.
London.
I kind of like that.
Day.
That might be part British.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about anyone else's day.
Yeah, the Waitrose are really strict about.
I really don't.
You just really don't.
They were very strict about how you would word stuff. Like if ever someone said thanks, I was never allowed to say no problem because no is negative. You'd have to say
Oh,
it's my
God.
pleasure. You're welcome. Blah blah blah.
Well, I was not allowed to say when I made subs, I was also not allowed to say no problem to thanks because it sounded like they were apologizing. That's an appropriate response of someone that they're not bothering us by coming to the sub shop. They're saying thank you. You say, you're welcome.
I always think of it as it was no problem at all. It was I didn't go out of my way.
Well, you think that because you're Mexican.
One.
And you, well, no.
After the is this racist? That's the only reason I was laughing.
If I say gracias, what do you say?
Then no, that's
Then
not
nothing.
it. Yeah.
It's nothing, right? You say it's nothing. That's the response to that.
One thing that really threw me off when
Everyone who laughed is racist. I just want to let you know.
One thing that really threw me off when I moved here is this, like an American thing of when you say thank you when someone says sure or yes.
Or yes.
Yeah, and you're like, what?
Do people say yes in response to thank you?
Like, oh, thank you so much. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I've
Australia,
heard that. I've heard that a lot, and I was like,
wow, how rude.
how have I offended
Yeah,
this person?
yeah, exactly. I felt exactly the same
Because
way.
in my head, it's like, say thanks.
like, oh, thank you.
Damn right.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you hear it. It's like, yes, you should be thankful. I'm
Wow.
like, whoa, okay. And it took me ages to get used to that's just what people say.
Did moving to America make you stupid?
That's rude. Is that something you're
Not specifically.
inferring?
I'm just saying that being from England and coming here, I feel like my intelligence took like maybe like a 5 to 10 IQ
I
point
think
hit.
I definitely had to
so you'd be way less popular in England, is what you're saying.
I definitely had to reorganize a lot of like kind of social instinct
Yeah.
things of like
It's-
how you respond to stuff.
I
and
feel like
how...
I apply more of my brain to being understood by
being
Americans,
normal
and then
here?
it's like my brain is now at capacity for like actual intelligence.
No, I get what you mean by that for
Yeah.
sure. That you're like, I'm so like conscious of like trying to be normal in social situations
Yeah.
a lot of the time and not have people be like, oh, you're so British.
Yeah.
Which happens
It's
anyway.
like a day-to-day issue of trying not to have a conversation about how you're British and just
At this point, I just have to go with it and be like, yes, I sure am. And people are like,
How did you
"Should be
guess?"
sweet." Yeah.
I don't
People
know.
love
It's
it.
such a similar country in a lot of ways, but some things are so different.
Exactly. It's not like living somewhere like Thailand where you're so obviously
Yeah.
not from there that everything is weird and that's kind of okay. But when you move here and like people expect you to be American and then they're like, oh my gosh, you're not. And you're like, yep, yeah, I'm
What?
English.
Is there an American here?
And I found that it's very easy to change the words that you use. Like I will say flashlight or trash
Right.
to an American.
Just to not have the
But-
conversation.
Well, yeah, it just comes naturally now. I just fling them out. And if I go back to England, I'll say rubbish or torch. But I will never spell stuff wrong.
No.
No matter how long I'm here,
Those
I will
U's
always,
are
I will
staying
never
in.
put
Don't
a
say
Z
wrong,
in
just say differently.
realize. What?
Just say differently.
All right,
It
but
is-
to me, it's
I'm
like
sure.
it's wrong.
You'll
It's
also
like-
say Z instead of Z.
yeah, yeah. But to me, like I will never spell stuff that puts the squiggly red line under my, laptop typing.
You can add
Is
those.
your laptop still set to British English?
Yeah, because that's
Yeah.
that's
Because
the
otherwise
English I learned.
it puts the little red line after anything with a U in it, like color.
Yeah, colour.
or
I'll
favorite.
Train it. That way it stops doing that. Tell it this is correct.
Learn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't want to.
But actually, I keep mine
You
on
don't want a
American.
solution to your problem.
I
It's not a
keep
problem. It's just I can't. That's
You're the one
thing-
complaining about
I'm not
it.
complaining. I
saying
can
he's
switch
committed.
words easily, and I for some reason can't switch. I'm not saying it's an issue. Color with a use looks right to me.
I keep mine on American just so I get the squiggly line, so I can send it and be like, "That's right, that's right."
As long as it's an autocorrect.
No, well, yeah, I'll check it for that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Would you ever change it back?
just to, yeah. Like the thing that gets me most on autocorrect is that every time I text Bernie with the word vlog, it changes it to blog.
And iOS does not
so
know.
annoying.
No OS for Mac knows the word vlog, and it fucking refuses to learn it.
It's so. I mean, we'll text each other back and forth. It's like blog, blog, blog. vlog, shit. Like,
Because it's usually the last
so annoying.
word in the sentence too, which I wish you could just turn off. Don't correct the last word in the sentence when I hit send.
Or don't ever correct anything twice.
Ah,
Ever.
Yeah.
duck.
Twice
Every
in a row.
time.
Or
Go
don't
on.
change a properly spelled word to a different properly spelled word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. I'm like, nope, that's not what I wanted.
And do not suggest an emoji to replace my word.
I kind of like that.
Like, I like that.
I'm okay with that.
I
I
had-
started using animojis.
I sent you an
I wrote
emoji
the
just because
word-
you send them so often.
I wrote the word corner and it suggested corn emoji ER.
You should have sent that.
I did not.
I'm going to start doing that. Oh my God. You just kind of blew my mind, Ellie. You have ruined communication for everyone that has to deal with me now.
Yep.
Fit emojis in wherever possible.
Yes.
That's going to be so much worse than your Bitmoji.
I love it. Oh my God.
Everyone, I'm so sorry.
This is great.
Okay, Gavin won't even get the messages.
You're just looking at 4 hours later.
Be silently going off in his pocket. Now, one thing I've learned is the word thanks is responded to differently in different places. But in Australia, they just use the word wrong.
Yes.
In Australia, they use the word thanks instead of the word please. Like, that'll be 50 cents, 50 cents, thanks.
Wow, that's rude.
That's what they say. 50 cents, thanks.
50 thinks thanks. That's just like, and you will do this.
Yeah.
Right.
And thank you in advance.
very
No, I like that. It's like a preemptive polite strike. You're already saying,
is.
No.
you're saying you're putting it up front.
Now,
No.
You're gonna do me something. I've already said thanks on your bike.
there's no
On your-
negotiation here.
How is that polite? On your bike.
You don't say on your bike. Just be on your way.
Yeah, I
on
don't
your
thing,
like that.
thanks.
I also don't like the phrase when people say please and thank you. Like when they combine it at once.
so
Like,
pointed.
can you send me this whatever, please and thank you. It's like, what? You're just kind of like bundling in there for like, you have to say it. You're just like, oh, and those words that I need to
Yeah.
say.
Bases
I mean,
covered.
I even feel like with text, we've evolved to a place where sometimes even the word please comes off as a bit rude. Like, you know how texts always come off as like really short? No, it doesn't matter like what mood you're actually in. They always come across
Yeah.
as like rude. So if you send this thing that's like, hey, do you mind doing this? But if you're like, hey, do you mind doing this, please? It's like, it always reads to me as like almost a bit like in the same way as like saying thank you
it's
first.
way too
Yep.
assertive.
It's very assertive.
Like
It's
like
so
in text,
weird.
you didn't have to send that,
Right.
But you went out of your way
Yeah,
to type that as
exactly.
well and add
hey,
it in.
this, please.
I
It's
have
like,
I always elongate them if I'm trying to be polite, but I'll put like a please just to make it a bit
couple
cuter.
extra cute e's.
Is there a
Make
pea
it lighthearted.
emoji? Like peas?
Please,
Please.
Pea in a leaf. Please.
I have learned that text is I can't have a critically important conversation, especially a personal conversation, over text. I'm done with it because I got in one of the dumbest arguments ever. I didn't know I was in the argument until 2 days later when this person was still mad at me. And here's what I did.
Uh-oh.
They were asking me questions. I replied back to them, and I was writing something out, and it was 2 sentences long. So I was writing something out, and I hit space, puts a period. I went to write the second sentence. I go, I'm just explaining this too much. So I backed up, hit send, but I left the period there. And because I used,
Yeah.
then this person she shut down. I didn't find out till 2 days later. She was mad because I put a period at the end of my text.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
punctuation's a big fucking deal.
Punctuation is huge. A period is like, and we're done.
I think I always put a period.
No, you don't.
Nobody talks to you.
No, I don't.
But then
I don't.
I always forget that at home, people still will end every message with with a kiss. And if
I
I
didn't
don't,
realize that Americans didn't do that. I
Yeah.
just thought nobody liked me.
and if I
What
don't,
is-
yeah, like in England, like everyone will end a text message every time with XX.
If you don't put an X on the end of a text,
Like
you're
you're
mad.
pissed off.
You're pissed right off.
Never heard of this.
Yeah. And so when I moved here and like I would be like texting my new friends and I was like, no one likes me.
And you
because it would just be the end of the like, yeah, see you there.
And
I was
also,
like,
if someone's into you as well, the amount of X's was very
yes,
telling.
exactly.
Like
It's a very
3 or 4 was
oh,
like,
you're in.
I'm in there.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, see, that's the hey. How many Y's you get on your hey?
Yeah.
And when you first reach out to someone like, hey, what's up? And they're like, hey, or hey.
Hey.
You get like the 4 Y's.
Yeah, I'd kind of
It's a
forgotten
lock
about
at
it.
that point.
And the last time I went home, I was meeting up with like a really good friend of mine, and he texted me like, "Yeah, see you there soon. Can't wait to see you." In like 3 X's, and I was like, "What? Oh yeah,
Yeah, my mum had a word with me. She was like, "You don't put X's on your text
Yeah.
anymore." I was like, "Oh, I'm not mad. I'm just an American thing. I just text Americans all the time now."
yeah."
Gus, did you know about this?
No, I had no idea.
I
This
had
is
no idea this was a thing.
fascinating.
It's a whole thing.
British.
It's an excellent gauge of
I'm gonna
someone's
look this up.
mood.
British
Excellent.
text.
Because
Is-
text on its own.
Oh, because
stupid
then
X
no X's is
Excellent
like,
X.
oh shit.
so I need to get my shit together.
Why
Yeah.
do British people text X?
Who is responsible for that? Yeah, like where did that? Who started the text
I
kissing?
didn't know this was a thing.
Text
You all did.
kissing.
No, No, I know, but like, who's responsible?
Oh, there's a
Like-
guideline here.
There you go.
While you look
To
up
the number of X's.
guideline, let me read this thing here real fast.
Got it.
I want to remind everyone, this episode of Rooster Teeth Podcast is also brought to you by
X.
X.
Do you
We
think?
should end every ad with X.
Casper's going to be mad. Thank you.
X is going to
did
give it to
you-
you.
Thanks, Casper.
Have you stopped doing it, Ellie?
Yeah, I have. Well, not to my friends.
it
I'll
every
still do it to my friends at home.
Is it every text?
Yeah.
Literally
Every single text.
Yeah.
That's so annoying.
It's 4 between me and my sisters.
It's like a mood gauge.
Or
It's
X's?
like,
Yeah.
it's like every text comes with
That's really weird.
an additional piece of information.
It is. It is exactly. It's like
I hate it.
it's like here's the information, and then like here's how I'm feeling about this right now.
I feel like it only works with English people in England.
Yeah.
Like if I
probably.
text you and I put like a couple of X's on it,
I'd be like,
that'd be really weird, right?
yeah. I mean,
Here's
super weird.
from Quora, here's the breakdown of X's and what they mean in British text. No X equals for a person you know, you will not get an X back from, or / if you are annoyed with someone, or it's a person you don't really know that well. X is standard for any friend, a girl you don't really know. XX is a girl you like.
Ooh.
Anything more than 2 X's is flirting, going overboard, or playing a game with someone.
It's also a great way to delineate between like personal and professional relationships. Like I would never have texted like anyone I was working with in England with exes because that would be weird.
Is it weird? Is that a thing?
Yeah, until you
Okay.
become friends and then we just one.
You just get 1 X.
Yeah,
It's like a rating system.
kind of. It's like
I
an
once-
Uber, like 5 stars.
I once got in a pretty successful dialogue with a girl. I think you got up to 5 X's.
Wow,
Yeah. I was pretty proud of it. Back and forth every time.
that's basically like an engagement.
Yeah. It didn't work out.
Oh,
We
she was
slightly,
like, "This is too many X's and I'm uncomfortable."
slightly different topic than the X's.
That's fine.
But I wanted to follow up on something that we talked about a couple of weeks ago. We were asking whatever happened to the East India Company.
Oh, yeah.
And after the podcast, someone sent me like a little bit of info, and I shared it with Gavin at the time. And we said this was a company that had a navy larger than most
Yeah.
nations, and they collapsed. And what happened? Apparently, I'm not going to get into the whole thing because it's actually really complicated. But there was an event. There was a financial crash in 1720 called the South Sea Bubble, where people were speculating on these companies that did the shipping, and the debt that happened as a result of this financial collapse was so great that the UK is still paying on it to this day.
Yeah. So how much is left to pay off?
The remainder is currently 1.4 trillion pounds.
Whoa.
The last payment that I found that the UK made was in 2014, where they paid 2.5 billion pounds to it,
They're
less than
deferring.
0.2%.
Wow.
Can you
There's
imagine
still
all of
this-
those people's tax money and it just goes to
Oh
like
my
some old crap
gosh.
from the past?
And so, or interest to pay on the debt.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
Yeah, and I'm
so-
sure that's what that 2.5 billion pounds was. It's probably the interest that was due at the time on it. There's still like over $1 trillion
Oh my
in debt due
goodness.
that the UK is paying.
They're still paying off the Second World War too, right?
I think they just finished that.
They just finished
I think
that.
it just
Okay.
happened. I think that delayed their repayment of
Repayment of
the South Sea Bubble.
Whoa, that's insane.
Why can't they just be like, you know what, lads? This is.
Should we just drop it?
Should we just?
Everyone's
should we just not?
dead. No
How about
one
we put
cares
it into
anymore.
the NHS or something?
Wasn't there a Roman emperor who did that? Came in and absolved all debts?
I don't know.
Came in.
I don't know.
Let me see. I'm gonna look that up to see if I remember that correctly.
That's crazy though.
But it's crazy. Like a 300, thanks, Bertie, a 300-year-old debt that's still like being paid on.
Even
That's insane.
Apple couldn't pay off that debt.
What are you thanking me for? the text I sent you? I
Yeah.
sent the text with an X.
Oh, I was going to do that. Damn it.
Wow, yeah, that's insane.
That's a
They
lot
don't
of
talk
money.
about that one, do they? In their old like tax reforms.
Yeah,
We're
or
going to do a trading company and
wonder-
healthcare.
I wonder
Yeah.
how much of my specific tax money has gone to that. Couple
Yeah,
of
and-
P?
You
And
still pay
I-
UK tax?
I still don't know
Well, not
who
like-
that goes to. Like, who's
Right.
the person collecting that money?
Who's it owed to? Who's the debt
one
owed
dude.
to?
Right,
laughing on a
who's
throne
holding
somewhere.
on to that debt after 300 years? Like, I'm gonna get my trillion. I'm
Yeah.
a trillionaire.
Yeah, where does that go? Is it like wealthy families in various countries?
Do they
who-
send an
be,
invoice
right?
every month?
Yeah.
I mean, is there a company that's like East Indian
Yeah, the invoice
Trading
number is
company
0001.
1.4 trillion pounds? How much are you paying this
Oh.
month?
Peter Hayes sent me something. Oh no, this is different. Never mind. This is a little different. I guess Yale is still getting interest on a 367-year-old bond.
Whoa.
So it must be like that, like some institution that still exists.
Yeah.
Well done,
That's
them.
I
holding
mean, like,
on
at
to
what point do they just go like, all right, like 1,000 years? Is there a point like that they'll just be paying that off
What is
forever?
America's oldest debt?
Mm.
Who knows? That's a good question.
America's probably owe a lot to the Native Americans, probably. I would assume that would be the first thing.
Really? Do you think there's a financial?
But they're still not paying on
I
it,
thought they just
right?
gave a bunch of casinos and called it quits.
Time will tell. Time will tell.
Time will tell.
Did you ever hear about what? Did you ever hear about what Benjamin Franklin did?
Go on.
Electricity?
Many things.
Turkeys?
$100.
Very specifically with debt and everything. So Benjamin Franklin made a donation to I believe the cities of Boston and Philadelphia, and he said that they could have the money. $2,000 is what he donated, which I'm sure at the time of his
It's huge.
donation was enormous.
20 Benjamins.
Franklin bequeathed the cities a total of $2,000 sterling with one hitch. Much of the money could not be drawn on for 100 years, and the remainder could not be distributed for 200 years. Today, what remains of Franklin's bequest is worth $6.5 million from $2,000. That's a demonstration of the power of interest
That's crazy.
that he got.
I'd like to see that mapped against inflation.
Well, also, they withdrew a bunch of money 100 years ago. It doesn't say what percent could be withdrawn, but apparently they could do that. I mean, this is a long article in
Why
the
does it
New York Times.
cost you money to check your balance at an ATM?
Because
in this
America is
country.
built on greed.
It's convienience fee.
Why do
Anything
you
involving-
need to check your balance at an ATM? Don't you have mobile banking on your phone?
I didn't check my balance. It just said the little warning on it. It was like it costs $1.99 to check your balance.
Yeah.
Well, who's going to pay that?
Yeah,
But
I mean,
before smartphones, I mean, all of that stuff was... I mean, they were nickel and diming you so that to make it inconvenient to use an ATM. I remember when I was young, there was one ATM in our town, and it was at the fucking bank.
It's inconvenient to do anything with money here.
it's
like
so
sending money,
inconvenient.
using a different ATM that's not your own bank.
Did you see Apple Pay Cash came out today?
Oh, no, I didn't.
You can send money to people directly in iMessage.
What's their cut?
I don't remember off the top
A
of my head.
load.
Usually Apple's like a third. But I can't imagine it would be for this.
No one's going
If they're trying to compete with Venmo.
This one place that I went to recently was like super excited because they're like, we're about to get contactless payment. And I was like, we've like, the UK have had contactless payment since probably like 2010 or something. And whenever I go home, I'm like amazed by how much better, like the way that we deal with money.
Unbelievable how bad it is here.
They
We went to,
almost-
I hadn't
got
written a
chip and
check
pin
until
here.
I moved here.
we got chip.
They almost got chip and pin.
But we don't
Nearly.
have chip
Didn't
everywhere
quite
either.
go for the pin.
But when we were in London for RTX, and then when we were in Australia for PAX, the entire time, I never exchanged money. Not one time. I just used my phone to pay for everything, and it was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It was really cool. And I came back here, and I'm like, I can use my phone in like 4 different places.
Yeah.
And then forget all the shit at the store.
And then and in some places here, they don't want to take your phone. Like they want you to use their app. Like Target's holding out for
Really?
contactless payment. Yeah. So if you want to
have to
pay
do
at
their
Target,
own
you have to
app.
have their app, and then you scan like a barcode. CVS, I think, did that for no, it was CVS or Walmart. One of those
Walgreens
pharmacies did it.
does phone. Let
Sod
use
off.
Apple Pay.
Okay, so CVS
Sod
then who
off.
did it. I think Walmart also is fighting it. They want their own
Hold
like
on.
in-app scan thing.
Allow it.
Whataburger has their own currency?
They also do contactless though.
it.
What?
Everything here also has their own
What a
Visa
coin.
card.
What a coin.
It's like, you should get like Taco Bell Visa.
Right. We get benefits.
Oh, do y'all not have that in the UK?
Like,
Well, if you can control the money, you make a lot of money controlling money.
you can get an Uber Visa card.
Yeah, with different benefits. I mean, we're joking, but we all have American Express credit cards, right? I do.
Well,
I don't.
Yeah.
American Express, American
American
Airlines.
Airlines,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
oh yeah, I do. I do.
I was supposed to get my middle card today.
You know what I really hate? I can't stand this, and I'm going to complain to you, Ellie, because
on.
I'm going to complain about them,
Interesting.
and I don't want to do it directly to them.
Okay.
Like if I was sending you this in text, guys.
All right,
No
can I
kisses.
leave for like
No
3
X's.
minutes?
no,
X's.
no kisses.
Will
So
this take off?
there's the thing that keeps happening to me with these two in particular, where I will find out something cool.
Yeah.
I will tell them, and they will immediately go, I already knew that. But they discovered it themselves and didn't tell me about it. And they knew I would like it. Like I went out to
Wow. Bad friends.
lunch with a friend the other day, and she wanted to pay for lunch. She pulled out an Amex, and it was a metal Amex. Like the Amex card was metal. I thought, this is the fucking coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. So I told Gus about it. He goes, oh yeah, I know. And he sent me a link immediately. Here's how to apply for it in 5 minutes. It's like,
I said thanks for reminding me. I forgot about it. I had not applied for the metal one yet myself either.
You know-
and I did it at that moment.
You know, coins are metal. Like, there's already metal money.
I know, but it's neat to have a metal credit card.
Why is that neat?
It's different.
'Cause you
I
just
kind
go
of thought it was cool. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Also, you're not going to apply for a credit card just because it's metal, right?
But
He
I think
super would.
Maybe not.
He
It's
super
got
would.
membership. It's got like,
well, with me,
It
it's a
does.
card
That's
I
turned
already
me off.
owned. It was just a matter of telling them, hey, send me the metal one.
oh, okay. So you don't have an airline specific one?
I do.
Okay.
But it's
I've got a lot. I'm an American. I've got a ton of them.
So, but you pay all these fees for all these cards?
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, not all the cards have fees. Some do, some don't.
This one had a fee.
This one just
Sizable fee.
every card has
The metal card
advantages and
fee.
disadvantages.
Well, all I know is the new tax plan is going into effect. That's the tax plan
Oh, no.
that was just voted for.
Not yet.
So it's not for 2017, it's for 2018.
No, well, the Senate approved it. The House version's different. Now they have to do reconciliation.
Well, they got to
to
type
figure out
up all
what
the
the
stuff
final
that was handwritten.
Yeah, what the final actual plan will be, and then vote on that.
Oof.
As long as the private jet thing stays in there, I'll be happy. If that goes through, the tax bill goes through, I'm going to crowdsource a private jet.
No.
With fractional ownership.
You would lose money if you didn't.
What? Yeah. Why would I leave money on the table, Gus? It's clearly we're in the private jet era now, where you have to have a private jet. That was
You
the
are.
most disgusting thing in that whole tax
No, the
bill.
most disgusting thing was the handwritten shit and like the stuff that was X'd out.
drilling.
Or
I don't know, man.
Taking away cancer treatment from Medicare. How about that?
It's just like you can make arguments as to why they don't pay for things for some people, but if they're literally putting things in, it's like, we know only rich people have private jets. There's no other kinds.
Like, I feel that this
of
tax bill
private
needs a
jets.
little more evil. Like, it's just not evil enough. Let's put in like some drilling.
Right.
Let's put in a couple more like cute little fun things for super rich people.
Like tax breaks for
And
burning
let's just,
down
like,
forests. or
take out
something
that
like
healthcare. Like,
Yeah.
they don't need it.
It's just like, I don't know, something about the private jet thing to me was, everyone has their own particular thing that they found the most egregious. To me, the private jet thing is like, just at least try to fool us. Leave that
Yeah.
out.
You got to
Like, somebody in the room should go, hey, what are we doing? Get this out of here. Don't put that in there.
No, but they're all like,
Did you see the tweet that Billy Eichner had about it?
No.
Oh, that's
he's
cool.
my favorite.
Yeah, he said, thank you to all the working class Trump voters who will get crushed by the new tax bill, but whose vote just bought me a new swimming pool.
Right.
You're all welcome to come over and use it. Warning, there are a lot of gay guys in the pool. There's just a weird disconnect going on there.
Well, we do get shit sometimes for bringing up political stuff.
Fuck it.
But I do think it's interesting to point out in this case where people were telling, as they always do when celebrities tweet about stuff, not that we're celebrities, but, people on Twitter, there's a couple celebrities I follow that are, anytime Trump makes a move, they tweet about it. And that's how I don't follow Donald Trump on Twitter, but I know
don't
everything he does because of these people that
He
I
gets
follow.
retweeted.
Why don't you follow him?
I don't know. I just don't follow. What am I going to sit there and read all those tweets?
I normally... Well, go ahead.
I don't know what I'm getting out of that. I just never thought to do it.
I don't know. I still feel like it's
I didn't follow Barack Obama either, and I like Obama.
Well, that whole thing happened where like a bunch of people, myself included, found out that even though I didn't directly follow him on Twitter, I was signed up to follow him. Like I was signed up to follow POTUS and
How's
the
that work?
First Lady. I don't know. It was like a thing that happened. A
Hi for
bunch
your
of
green card.
maybe.
Do you follow the Queen?
Does she have a Twitter?
I don't know. I would follow
I
that.
would doubt it.
If
I do
Donald
follow. I
Trump,
follow the royal family, like Kensington. I think it's called Kensington Palace.
like, let's say they put this tax plan through, where it was big reduction of taxes. From what people are saying, big reductions of taxes for the upper class and high income earners. If they put out the entire tax plan with all the handwritten notes and everything, but at the end they wrote X, would you guys have been okay with it? Would that have been?
I mean,
No.
it'd be less aggressive for sure.
It would soften the blow.
Yeah.
You'd be like, what the fuck?
Oh, well, that is nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
That is nice, but still,
It's really bad for self-employed people, right?
Ooh.
In terms of like being able to expense certain things.
Self-employed but not entrepreneurs. Like the big thing that the current Republican Party focuses on are this like middle class group of business owners, which I don't know. Like I think it's one of these overinflated groups of people that they think is like everyone's a middle class business owner, and so they always use this person as an example of who. Look, this is who it's helping. It's helping people who are starting a business and doing these things. It's like, and I was a middle class business owner at one point in my life, and I just. The normal tax breaks you get from spending money and investing in your own business, those are great. And if the business takes off and then all that money that you invested in the company then comes back to you, it comes back as capital gains, which is like the greatest thing ever. You don't get taxed at normal income. You just get taxed at capital gains, which I know people philosophically have a problem with because they're like, well, I've already made this money and I'm investing it, so I shouldn't be taxed on that. You're not taxed in addition to your income tax. You're just taxed capital
separately.
gain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's still new money. it's still money that you're making. You actually spent less effort to make this money than you made other, and you're getting taxed way less on it. So typically, it depends on what you're earning at that point in time in your life. But yeah, anyway, so
It's a suck fest. It still is.
taxes in general are just they're.
It seems like it's overly complicated.
I will say this though.
Why can't we just break it down?
I will say this though. There is a post like that happens on a regular
No one's
basis on Reddit where they'll compare an American bill at a hospital,
Right.
and this just went up on Reddit.
Oh.
Here's what it costs to have a baby in America versus what it costs to have a baby in Sweden. It's like it costs 200 kroner or whatever in Sweden.
45
to have-
sandwiches.
A couple sandwiches. Yeah.
Couple sandwiches.
Couple sandwiches.
200 kroner to have the baby, and in the U.S. it costs $32,000.
Oh my
like,
gosh.
okay.
How?
Well, I get it, but it's like the Swedish bill's
different.
wrong. It's
Right.
like it's not 200 kroner because you've been paying the money all along.
Same thing with NHS.
Yeah.
Well, you're saying that because your taxes go into the NHS or wherever if you have that kind of healthcare, that actually it's incorrectly reflected.
I'm saying that if you just hold up a $200 bill,
Yeah, that is
and a $32,000 bill, that is not apples to apples.
that isn't apples to apples. It's true, but it's not like the US is paying drastically less tax than someone in the UK, and that
We are now.
that their tax. Well, some of
Well,
some of
in
them.
in the Sweden comparison, I think the U.S. does pay significantly less
True.
tax than Sweden.
I know
That's
people
true,
live in
but I
Sweden,
don't
they
think-
pay like 60% income tax.
I don't think like my move to from the UK to the US, like I didn't feel that my taxes are drastically lower or higher here.
Well, you need to make millions of more dollars and get a private jet, Ellie. That's the solution.
And then I can have my baby on a private jet in like neutral airspace, and
And then
then no one cares, right?
You'll write the income tax check. You'll write to the Internal Revenue Service. We'll X in the memo. That's it. Everyone
you go.
will be happy.
Oh man, I think like when I moved back from. Well, I lived in Thailand for a short amount of time, and I moved back. I was working at the Olympics, and I had such a bad kidney infection. I ended up having to go to the hospital, and I was in hospital for about a week. And all kinds of tests and antibiotics, and obviously fed and everything. And I walked out without the idea of having to pay £1. And like that to my friends, to my American friends at the time, was just like, oh my gosh, if that happened to me now, I would be ruined. I would be paying that off for months or years.
And that's the thing. And I'm not arguing one system is better than the other, but I don't think people should be bankrupted for life because they had a medical emergency.
Or they had a baby. Like it's insane. And like the idea, the idea that is something that you would have to live in fear of is insane to me. Of getting ill.
It's a healthy fear.
Yeah.
Do you guys have that living in the U.S.? Because you live in the U.S. So.
Well, not because thanks to this wonderful place that I work, you guys provide incredible healthcare. But like if, I know plenty of people in this town who work freelance or whatever and have to pay for their own healthcare. And it's like they have to get the like minimum that they can. And like still, if they were to break a bone or something, they would be fucked. Like, and that's a really scary place to live. Like, if I can't do something that, like, if I'm in any way kind of in danger, that's something I have to think about in the back of my head. That if I get injured, if I get ill, that's going to be a terrible time for me for possibly years.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like basic human compassion. I know that's a weird thing coming from me, but like to not want anyone to be ruined by hurting themselves. Like you want people to be healthy. You want them to take care of themselves.
This little gash in my leg was literally thousands of dollars.
There you go.
But in England, I got my nutsack cut open. And when I'll tell you that later.
Okay.
But at the end, they're just like,
Thanks.
sign your name here. You got a UK address.
Take care
Sweet.
of yourself. And
I just walked out without doing anything.
Yeah, and people tell horror stories like the NHS, it's like an abandoned witch house, and you go in and they feed you maggots, and it's like the most awful thing ever, and they put leeches on your wounds, and it's absolutely not the case. And like, yeah, it doesn't look like a 5-star hotel inside, sure, but it's not like terrifying. It's a hospital. I don't know. It gets me. That's like my main grievance with living in America.
But
have you
Breaking
had
Bad
to
would have been shit.
Have you
Breaking
had
Bad
to have any health care while you've been in the U.S.?
Yeah, I have had to have I was hospitalized for I had a really deep cut, and like I had this because I go scuba diving quite a lot, and a lot of the time if you get a cut when you're scuba diving,
In
like
Austin?
but it's gonna get infected. So I came back from scuba diving and had like
That's the thing,
a
by the
really
way.
bad infected cut,
Yeah, I didn't know this was
and
a
it
thing.
was like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, the ocean's dirty. We dump all our sewage and garbage.
Plus,
in
what
it.
you're getting cut on is typically living.
Well, yeah, because if you scratch yourself on coral, like that's bacteria. It's made out of like living bacteria, and so that gets inside
It's
of your
not
body.
good
and
bacteria like a Yakult.
it's not like a Yakult. No.
I
So,
cut my finger. I accidentally swiped when I was swimming.
Yeah.
When we were swimming in or scuba diving in Australia.
Gloves on.
What?
scuba gloves.
I accidentally.
Yeah, what's wrong with gloves underwater?
Well,
It's a whole thing.
It would be, yeah.
There's so much stuff in scuba diving. You're already so loaded down. It's hard to believe you would need anything else.
Yeah.
Just like the same fabric as a wetsuit.
Yeah, but if
like you can get neoprene, like if it's really cold, but like that's like you kind of need your hands. You need the
you
mobility.
do. How else are you gonna wrestle like a sea turtle if you're down?
Yeah, what are you doing with your hands?
Well, you just, I don't know. You definitely, I don't know. From my experience,
Swimming with gloves on feels weird.
It would feel really weird. But I was like taking.
I'm with you, Gav. It seems like a no-brainer.
I mean, swimming that deep surely is quite weird in itself.
Are you doing latex gloves? Or are you doing like neoprene?
Like the rest
wetsuit?
of the suit.
Tell you what, because you're relying so much on like tubes and equipment to breathe that you want to know that you have full access and that you're not like floundering in, because especially in like neoprene gloves, you would not have the mobility that you have without, and you want to be able to like, I know that I have full access to this equipment that keeps me alive.
Okay.
To like try and be pressing a button, but you've got like kind of restricted mobility or whatever that's going to like help you breathe.
How about just one of these?
Well,
I like that.
usually you'd be in a situation if you're trying to like work out equipment that's going to help you breathe.
I like that Bernie says swimming with gloves is weird, but being alive underwater isn't weird.
It's
what I
so
was
weird.
saying.
Your body does tell you you are doing
Like,
the
you
wrong
got all
thing
this
right
shit
now.
on
When
you,
you're like 5 meters
the
down.
wrong way up. You're like, man, do my hands feel weird?
You,
Right now.
Gavin, and you'll love the most annoying part of the scuba diving setup is they put all this heavy stuff on you,
Gups.
but then the buoyancy of it works the opposite way once you're in the water. So you're wearing all this heavy shit, and then one of the last things they do is they strap this enormously heavy weight belt on you, which is just lead weights on a belt, and so that you can sink when you have an air tank on your back. The whole thing is every step of the way is like
Two
you
birds,
shouldn't be
one
doing
stone.
this.
Chainmail gloves
Cute.
protect your skin and heavy as hell. Make
Yeah.
you sick.
I got a heavy blanket.
We'll test it.
A heavy blanket. Oh, I want one of those.
I got
How
a
is
heavy
it?
blanket. You want me to bring it in so you can try
Yeah.
it? So great.
Can I try it on your couch? Take a little nap.
Yeah, I was gonna bring it in to the.
I've been looking
Bus.
at those.
Yeah. Did you see the one on Facebook that they keep advertising?
No, I don't get your ads.
There's one on Facebook they keep advertising, and if you click on the comments,
What's the point of it?
It makes you like it's supposed to calm anxiety because it's got like it's actually weighted blanket. It's like a thunder jacket for humans.
a 25-pound blanket.
Yeah.
I just have
Apparently-
someone pull my scruff.
They put a paper clip on the back of your neck, and then you just pass
I'm
out.
just like,
No, but it's great. It's just once you put it on, it's just.
It's like oppressive sleep.
It's
so
so
not
great.
not good for claustrophobics.
Probably not.
Yeah, but I would sleep. Like I've always said, I would sleep in a bed that had a lid.
Yeah,
but that's a coffin.
I'm
I
the
realize.
opposite of claustrophobic.
Yeah.
As long as I can stretch my legs out, I'm good. Like if I was crushed in a box and my limbs were all bent, I'd freak out probably. But if I was in a flat coffin, I could stretch out. I'm good.
See, I'm so the opposite. I like smaller spaces. Even when I design work areas for myself, I would love to work where my computer is here. I have a little desk area to the right, and then it's just walls. All over like a booth.
You should work in a bus.
I said the bus is great for that. One of the weirdest experiences I ever had was the first time we went to Melbourne, Gus, and I think you were with me, with the Australian Centre for the Moving Image to show something. And we stayed in a hotel that was on Flinders Street. And it was a hotel. The rooms we stayed in they had taken the ballroom and they had sectioned it off into hotel rooms.
Yeah, right.
So you each had like a section
Permanently?
of the ballroom. Yeah, the old
Wow.
so the walls and the ceiling were really amazing. But the crazy thing was the ceiling was like 25 feet away. So when you were laying in your bed and you're looking up, it gave me vertigo looking
Ooh.
up and laying in bed, and I
Yeah.
couldn't stand it.
It'd be like
That's
just
creepy.
before you hit light speed and all the stars stretch out.
Yeah.
I'd be like, am I
but
gonna
the room
blast
was like
off through the
super
ceiling?
long looking up.
That's the hotel where I got stuck in the elevator.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Did it have a really high ceiling?
No, it was a shitty little elevator. Couldn't.
Did you go out the
pick me up.
hatch?
No.
I'm looking for an excuse to go out the hatch every time I'm in an elevator. If it ever stopped, I'd be out the hatch in 2
Have
seconds.
you never
You
been
not
in a
seen
stuck
Mission
elevator?
Impossible?
No, I don't think so.
That's the most dangerous place to be, isn't it? Because isn't it actually like there's way less chance of an elevator falling. There's actually way more chance of it going too far
Yeah,
and
like
smashing
the
into the
rope-
You
ceiling.
just drop through the hole. You're back in the
Look,
elevator.
The hole? Every elevator has a hatch and a hole.
Well, no, when you're on top of the elevator,
The hatch becomes a hole.
The hatch becomes a hole once you get
I
above
get you. I get you.
Perspective.
it. Yeah, then you just drop through the hatch hole.
Well, yeah, if you're like nimble-bodied.
Listen, there's no way I'm getting up through a hatch with no ladder anyway. What am I doing?
Do you think there's a scene? I think it was in The Mummy or The Mummy Returns or something. But Brendan Fraser, he rips off a manhole cover and then just jumps up
Just
in the air and like goes like through.
Ouch.
And I always thought, That's a really impressive stunt. It's way more impressive than it looks.
It is.
He just like jumps up and goes.
To, like,
It's like
pencil drop.
if you banged your elbow, it would like knock your head on the other. It would hurt so
It
much.
would hurt really bad.
And I thought, take the extra time, bend down and climb down,
climb in.
because doing that is so risky.
It is.
I would never do that.
You know what it
Doing
reminds me
good
of?
body awareness.
It reminds me of Gavin had a bet with me one time where we had a rental car and we opened the passenger door.
Oh, God.
And he said, I want you to jump into the passenger seat. Just take a running start, and you're not allowed to touch the car at all. You just have to get into the passenger seat. So you kind of leap in sideways like this. Oh, my God.
So I basically had to
Like you're in
run sideways like a crab, jump, assume the seating position midair, and then sit and land perfectly. So you
A
can't ever shoot.
hands-free car entry.
But it sounds
Yeah.
so easy.
Yeah. And
No,
he,
it doesn't.
It's
He
also
was-
foot-free in a way.
He was like, easy peasy. I didn't even really get a chance to explain all the rules. He was already running. He jumps, bashes his arm on the top of the car, and then lands down and like bashes his other arm on the floor. It was like you got hit by a car.
I made this
It
noise
was
too.
parked. And I think that's on the website. I think that might have been
What Archie Life.
a weird window of RT Life where I couldn't put them on YouTube, but they were on the website.
All right.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's probably on roosterteeth.com. It's hilarious. To me.
Here, I want to read this other thing.
I would totally got the hatch, by the way. Just to be clear. If you're ever in an elevator with me
Hatch.
Do
and it
not
stops,
follow
I
Buddy.
will
Do
immediately
not go
go,
up the hatch.
let's go out the hatch.
No.
Oh, my God. What a dream.
Want to remind everyone, this episode of Rooster Teeth Podcast is also brought to you by...
I sent you a text.
Did you? I
I
don't get it.
sent Ellie a text.
I just
You
sent you a
just-
text right now.
He sent me?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
You don't get it?
I don't get it.
Maybe you're on that weird iMessage problem still. Oh, it's still sending.
Yeah. It's my problem. No, it's your problem.
What am I doing? Come on. You got 2 bars. Go
Oh,
for
there
it.
you go. I got it.
You got it? You like that?
Yeah.
2 bars of Wi-Fi?
No, I'm not on Wi-Fi. I never get on Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is garbage.
Yeah. Says the guy who's complaining that his text message is taking forever to send.
That's true. I am.
I like to
There's
rely
no
on this-
Wi-Fi in the bus.
There is very little Wi-Fi in the bus. It's like a trickle, and it's awful. But the intercom also doesn't reach to the bus. So we have a 3-part intercom system, but it
Yeah.
won't reach all the way out to the bus.
Can you set up like other repeaters along the way? To
I
make
don't
it
think
reach?
that's even a first, like, 1% problem.
We
I
could
feel
put one on
that-
Gavin's desk
Oh, then you
because
could
it's halfway
relay.
between us, and then you could have a separate intercom to talk to me in the bus. You could relay messages from
Why don't we
Ellie.
just get a load of string?
How often are you at your desk?
I was there today a lot.
Yeah? So you could potentially relay some messages
Do you know where my desk is?
in that dark, dark room.
Sure.
It's in the Achievement Hunter place. Yeah. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Or is it just at home?
It's both.
Okay. It's the same desk? Or you just
No.
move it to
No, I have 2 desks. One's very much tidier than the other.
Yeah, I think you're in Achievement Hunter office.
That's
That
where
would
I am,
make
yeah.
sense. Because that's where you work.
Have you ever been in there?
Once. It was not a friendly reception. I was there-
Did you open the door and everyone turned to look at you like,
everyone's like, we're recording. And I was like, okay, well, I just need a thing. And they're like, come back later. I was like,
we have a light for that though. We have like
Yeah.
an on-air light.
yeah, I didn't see that.
Y'all don't always
was
turn
my
it on
fault.
or off, though.
It was definitely my fault.
I feel guilty about something when it comes to visiting Achievement Hunter. Or
Did you just reach for nuts that weren't there?
I know I was contemplating taking some of the salt off the bottom and eating it, but then I realized it's like 5 days old.
You're better than that.
I'm better than that. I'm better than that, right, Gavin?
Salt is way older than 5 days.
What?
Salt is ancient.
It is true. It is true. So
You
I
preserve things in
I
salt.
could theoretically eat this, but it's also the gammy bottom of the thing, salt, where everyone's rubbing
So, yeah, it's
with
everyone's
their fingers,
finger gams and juice
dust
Yeah,
and
that's
everything
gross.
flickering there.
and
So
little nugs.
when I go into Achievement Hunter, and whenever I walk by the off-topic set, I think that Jeremy hasn't learned yet that you guys don't want me around. Because he's always very gracious, and he's always like got this really nice big greeting for me, and I'm like, this is too much, Jeremy. It's just- he's like, hey, come on over here and talk. I'm like, no, they don't know.
Do I not do that when you come in?
Well, I gave you a drink, so that was a little biased. Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, hey.
because I was giving you a drink.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
It's a good drink, isn't it?
It's fantastic.
Carajillo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just had one.
I just wish I could pronounce it.
Carajillo.
Gotta heal.
Wach. Is that what you say?
What's wrong with that? It's easy. Did you hear about that Uber hack that they
They covered up.
that they covered
Spent
up?
like $100K on covering up.
That was the crazy part. I
Yeah.
didn't realize that. They paid the hackers hush money.
That was the headline.
They didn't.
I thought, I mean, for me, I did the headline was just,
Yeah.
57 million people's information was stolen.
Oh.
They're like, hey, 57 million people. You think they'll notice?
They paid them $100,000 to keep quiet and to delete the info.
It's a real win
The
for
hackers?
the hackers.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe it. So yeah, they had to let go of their chief security officer as a
dear.
result of it.
It's embarrassing.
it
Hey,
was
at least they let go of the top person.
Yeah, it's the names, email addresses, and phone numbers of 50 million Uber riders around the world, and the personal information of 7 million drivers was accessed.
Do you
Sucks.
fake name all that shit?
You can't with Uber, can you?
Why not?
If you're driving, if you're riding, you can. They don't like check up on you.
It doesn't have to match like the credit card on file or anything.
Oh,
Can you
no.
Can you get
No,
a credit
so
card
it
without your
doesn't.
name on?
You can buy like a prepaid Visa card or something like that.
But can my name on my credit card just be X?
No.
Damn it.
Mr. X.
Not even Mr. X.
Oh, just X.
Yeah. It's like, is it 10? Is it X? You don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know. I really don't know. I made a
We
mistake.
had to look up the other day. Do you know the Roman numeral for 500? Anybody?
C
L-
is
no.
L's 50.
L's 50. M is
1,000.
C is 100. D.
Let me think about this. M is 1,000.
Yeah.
C is 100. I think Gavin's right. I think it might be D.
Any thoughts?
What? No. So L is more or less. No.
L's
yeah.
50.
I could say I don't know. Honestly, don't know.
We won't know until Super Bowl 500.
It is D.
Is it?
Yeah, I think he's right.
There
Yeah.
you go. 500, 1,000.
I
why
guess I
people
never thought
write
about it. I was
NM.
like,
Like more
is a
obscure
million,
one,
right?
certainly.
yeah, I was like, it wouldn't be 5 C's since we were talking about. We
I
had to
gotta
look
be
it up.
honest with you. I have no idea if I knew that or if I guessed.
Yep. Well,
It felt right to say D.
Yeah.
Absolutely
You
no
probably
memory
knew
of
it
being
from
D.
like school way back in
Right.
the day, and it surfaced.
Yeah.
Just go with your gut sometimes. Be like, that's it. Say it with confidence.
Because some letters you look at and it's like, that could be Roman.
Yeah.
Like, if you're ever going to try something like a physical
Some letters.
accuracy
I'm
thing,
pretty sure there's no J in numbers.
You don't know. Maybe Julius Caesar. It seems like they like to J.
Well, J was the last letter, right?
I like to J.
Wasn't J the last one they threw in?
I don't know.
It's not a very common one. It's worth a little bit in Scrabble.
or what the last of in the Arabic
What?
alphabet? Is that what you're talking about?
Arabic.
Roman.
I'm just
They
saying
use
in
the
our-
Arabic alphabet. Isn't
I'm
that
saying
what
in
it is?
our alphabet, J was the last one added.
Oh, it was the last added
our
to like
alphabet.
the.
Wasn't it?
Oh yeah, because I guess I have no idea.
I have no idea.
You got Google?
What am I going to Google? What was
got
the last
Google?
letter?
Yeah.
What was
Guys,
the
why am I
last-
calling our alphabet the Arabic alphabet? Isn't that what it's called?
Yeah.
So when I look up
It's the
Arabic alphabet,
It's the Arabic character set.
Is it? I've never heard this.
Really?
Yeah, I assumed it was just Roman.
Yeah.
it's weird. When I look up Arabic alphabet,
sort of
I just
Anglo
get
bullshit.
like modern Arabic, like the scripted.
That might be something they taught in like the early 80s and they don't teach anymore.
That's really weird because I've never known it as anything else. So what is the American alphabet called?
Or English
American.
alphabet.
Yeah.
What is the English alphabet
I got you guys. I
called?
got your back.
Speaking a lot of American.
I thought it was the Arabic character set.
Me too. Someone should explain this to us. Why Gus and I both think it's called Arabic.
Twitter, hashtag RT Podcast.
Do it.
Why
Let
is
us
that
know.
happening?
So when we got Xbox 110s, when we got those, we got them from Microsoft, and they came. First of all, it was so fucking cool to get a console and have
Bloody
Microsoft
amazing.
send me a console. That was fucking incredible. But then on top of that, they sent me a stack, like 20 of AAA new release games.
Some hadn't come out yet at the time.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Like World War II and Battlefront. They
Yeah.
weren't out yet.
That's really cool.
And normally when I get this stuff, honestly, I give most of it. I give to somebody in the office. Like I just gave Colton. They sent me a 10-year anniversary for BioShock with
Yeah.
like a statue and everything. And Colton was a huge, apparently a BioShock fan.
Big
Gave it to-
Bioshock baby.
He was very appreciative of it, which I said no problem.
Sure. Yes.
yeah, sure. But so on Twitter, I said, oh, I've got all these codes and I have a lot of these games, but I think I'll just give one of these away every day in December until they're all gone. And I immediately regretted doing that.
Why is
Because
that?
now my replies
Oh.
are just that.
Gimme.
Delete it.
Gimme.
So I did. I posted one. I posted Assassin's Creed Origins last night. Fucking great game, by the way. I posted that one last night. Somebody got it, and then I deleted the post with it. But I left the original one saying I had these things. I was going to give them away at one a day on Twitter. So now people are all like jockeying. Just give me that one. All I want is this one. Just give it to me. And I'm like, okay. But there's like 1,000 of these messages.
I did the
Yeah.
same thing on Snapchat,
Yeah.
and it just evolved to I want this, I want that, give me this,
So
give me that.
I think I'm just gonna do it on my Instagram story. I mean, that's it. Because I guess you can reply
Yep.
to an Instagram story,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't. They're not like in the middle of my main.
How are
feed.
you doing? Is it like first come, first served? Or
So once you use the code, it's gone.
right.
so
But how are you giving it away?
You just post a picture of it,
Oh wow.
and then whoever
okay.
types it in really fast.
So people just kind of aren't understanding that it's
I don't-
not like
I don't like
directly.
giveaways.
I will give you this.
I've never done them.
I never done them either, and now I'm instantly regretting doing it.
I don't not like giving stuff to people, but in like a public format, I think it's weird.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
it's like I have these things.
mean,
It's like
these
I should just give
problems.
them to people. I
People you know.
I probably should just give it out to people in the office, but
Yeah.
it just seems like I got this
It's a
because
nice
of
thing to
Rooster
do.
Teeth.
Yeah.
So now I'll give it to people who follow Rooster Teeth.
So-
It's-
Or private DM someone like, hey, do you have this game? Here's a code. But like doing it out to everyone is like,
But I just got to take a picture once a day. It's like a fun thing in December, kind of like give back in December.
Yeah.
It's like in the spirit of giving and everything like that. So
Happy holidays.
that's how I thought it. Happy holidays.
Arabic numbers.
Holidays.
Arabic numbers.
Use Arabic math.
Got it. Okay.
Ah.
That
And
makes sense.
Latin character set.
So
for,
it's confusing the
So we
two.
went
letters. Mhm.
Latin.
We both were.
alphabet.
Yeah.
Okay.
whose
It's obviously the
calendar?
war on Christmas has extended now to our alphabet. So
Whose calendar do you use?
I don't know.
It's
I'm on the Chinese New Year
It's-
at this point.
Julian. Is that the name of our
Julian.
calendar?
I think.
I thought it was Gregorian.
Is it Gregorian?
I think Gregorian is the
I thought
old one?
Julian replaced Gregorian.
Yeah,
Shit.
that's what I think.
Am I using the old calendar?
I used the
That wasn't-
Babylonian one.
Wasn't that a whole?
Mesopotamian.
Weird. What have you been doing for the last 4 years?
Been killing goats. That's what I've been doing. Sacrificing burnt offerings to the gods. That's what I've been doing. Every
so
Sabbath.
let's see.
I
Oh, wait.
hurt.
I still want to find people that worship the Greek gods, like
There are
Zeus
people.
and
There
all of
totally
them.
are. Yeah.
The Gregorian calendar did replace the
I want to go to
Julian
one of those
calendar.
churches and be.
Oh, so we
Say that again?
we got it.
The Gregorian calendar replaced the Julian calendar.
Hell yeah. Modern calendar for me.
Look at you. You're all up to date.
So it's funny you say that. I finally watched Thor Ragnarok, and I was wondering, like, who was it, when they were making this comic that was like, yeah, that Norse god, let's make him a superhero, and let's make a comic about Thor.
Oh,
and,
I know.
And
Yeah,
Odin and Loki, and take all this mythology and make a comic book out of it.
Was it an
Yeah.
effort to make it more educational?
And I don't know
it's
what
really
the
weird.
attitude is towards Thor among all the other superheroes. We've talked about this, I'm sure, in previous discussions of Avengers movies. But in Avengers, correct me if I'm wrong, Unlimited, which was a retelling of the Avengers story, like a reboot of the world, Thor was presented in a really, really interesting way, where nobody else encountered Loki but Thor. And everyone just thought Thor was fucking crazy. And he had stolen this technology, this vest he had with the circles, which gave him the ability to channel lightning, and the hammer, that he had stolen it from this technology company. And his brother was like setting him up, and and everyone just thought Thor was nuts. And in the Avengers movies, in particular, Tony Stark has this existential crisis and panic over the fact that he's seen aliens. But nobody is like, oh, we just met a god that confirms
Yeah.
there's an afterlife.
Right.
It's almost like kind of takes a lot off the table of, okay, well, let's just try our best with these aliens. But if we die, there's still clearly an afterlife because here's a god right here.
If you adhere, like, yeah, that might not be a god whose afterlife you can get into.
right.
I would convert immediately to him.
But it doesn't feel like this. It doesn't feel like a religion. It just feels like lore, like myth.
Yeah, they downplay that in the movies. I feel like in the movies he's like almost like they say he's the god of lightning or the god of
Yeah.
thunder, but it's like Asgard's a planet. It's not
Right.
like another plane of
It's a
existence.
realm.
It's
Right.
a
They don't think
realm,
he's a
yeah.
weird place.
So like when Thor comes to this world, he's more of a superhero. He's not actually like a god. But when he's in Asgard, it's like, yes, this is how everything works here, and that's normal and the same.
Wait, have they ever mentioned how far the planet that Asgard is on is from Earth?
I think
I
it's
don't
the
know.
dimensional thing, isn't it?
It's not in the same universe?
They got to take the Rainbow Bridge to get there. I don't know.
No, I think it's in the same universe because they say that.
Could you get on a ship and fly to Asgard?
Right, and in Ragnarok they say that the place that they're at is on the opposite end of the universe. That like they could go to this other place and it would take them 18 months to get to Asgard.
Oof.
How does the universe have the end? How does it have an end? Like, does that mean they've mapped the whole universe if it's on the other end of the universe?
And that's it.
Yeah, but then there's a couple more universes after the credits. They just stick them
All
in
I
there.
know is that if Jet Li kills himself in enough places, he becomes really powerful.
The premise for that was actually really cool.
Yeah.
I really like the premise for that movie. I don't think I've ever seen it
The
before.
one
The one, yeah. It's a really great idea.
great
though.
idea.
That a guy is going around and killing the interdimensional versions of himself.
And the guy who's not doing it
It's getting
is
stronger.
equally becoming as powerful as this other guy.
It's a great concept. It's
It
a
is.
really great concept.
I think they should remake it. It was kind of ahead of its time in that the CG looked real shit.
That is always a
It
shame.
was a decent story.
It was all right. Yeah.
Where is Asgard?
It's
Where is
wherever
it?
they say it is, all right?
Yeah.
It's not really, it doesn't have to be one specific rock. It's where the people are.
It used to exist in another dimensional plane where the matter is denser and more durable than the world of Midgard.
Sure.
So it's
Also
like-
known as Earth.
So it's like the Superman crap.
And is a place where gods dwell. First appearance was in Journey into Mystery. I'm pretty sure Asgard was referred to before Journey into Mystery number 85. Pretty sure. Asgard is a small planetary body that serves as the home to the Norse gods, such as Thor and their ruler, Odin.
So is Idris
do like
Elba
Odin.
a god? Is Heimdall also a god, or is he just the guy on the gate?
But yeah, but to us, he's a god.
Yeah, they're all gods. I think it's the sort of similar premise of Mount Olympus, that they're all gods.
I would watch a movie that was just about Heimdall, just coming to Earth, wrecking shop. It'd be like him as his Luther character, but he would be a super god.
Oof. I've
Have you
just
seen-
started watching Luther.
You seen Luther?
I've just started watching the first
Where are you up
series. Just like when episode 5 in series 1, where
Yeah.
suddenly all the shit goes down.
Shit goes down. Phenomenal show, and
So
also
good.
it's like 6 episodes, 4 episodes, 4 episodes, 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Like season 4 is just 2 episodes.
But it just gets more and more intense. It's so good.
You know what you should watch,
Go on.
Gav? You should watch The Dark Tower. And I'm recommending that because I fucking hate you and I want you to be miserable.
Okay.
Oh.
I watched that movie on a plane and I wanted to put a gun in my mouth.
Is that
it
the
was
first-
so bad. Sorry.
Is that the
I'm
first
gonna be a
thing-
little extreme on the review there.
Is it the first thing Idris Elba has done that isn't good? Because he does good stuff.
He does a lot of DJing. That's pretty self.
Does he really?
Oh yeah. So I was like, I went to.
Was
I
he
was,
at your uni?
Was he in
no,
Pacific Rim?
actually no. I had to go to Ibiza for this job that I was working on for Malibu, and there was this. We kind of ended the whole corporate thing at this party, whatever, and it was like Idris Elba is DJing tonight, and I was like, who asked for that? Like, he is a beautiful.
I would go.
I would go.
I was there, but he was like he's a
Who wants this? I would like 2 tickets, please.
he was like, obviously he's a fantastic actor and a very beautiful. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, it was so weird.
He was in Prometheus, which a lot of people don't like.
Who was he in Prometheus? Oh, he was the
He was the
the
prince.
ship guy.
Yeah.
He like
was a
bins-
ship guy.
He bins the ship at
He
the
was
end.
a
doesn't he?
human. So I'm sure he's been in some bad stuff.
Luther is so good.
It's really good.
He's like a cop that sort of plays outside the law. There's one bit where you've probably seen the episode where he was like trying to plant DNA on a crime scene.
Oh, that was the really disturbing one.
And to get the DNA, he in broad daylight lamps the guy in the face
It's
and
incredible.
pulls blood off his face and like pulls the glove inside out, and then he's got the guy's blood.
he's walking down an alleyway and this guy's walking towards him and he just like bang, this guy's on the ground. He like uses his glove and just wipes all the blood and shit off his nose, puts his glove inside out and puts it in his pocket. And
It's
you're just like,
such a badass moment in television. It's
Have
like,
you
that
heard there's
guy's a
no
cop.
blood? There's no DNA in blood? Where am I here? Where
What?
am I pulling this from? There's no
No.
DNA in
Go
blood.
on.
Hold on.
You can't follow a go on with a hold on.
I'm gonna look it up on the internet, which tells me everything I need to know. By the way, Idris Elba, you cannot blame him for being in Dark Tower. Dark Tower is a beloved.
Red blood cells
Series.
do not have any DNA
Bang.
as they lose their nuclei as they mature. So the DNA in your blood is in your white blood cells.
so there is
So
DNA
there is
in blood.
DNA in your blood, just not in your red
Not
blood
the
cells.
red bit.
Unless you're not sick, then you don't have any white blood cells.
You got
course
white
you
blood
have
cells all the
some.
time.
Never.
They're like on patrol.
None.
It's like cops only don't show up
They're on
at
holiday.
a crime.
They're on
always
holiday in
patrolling.
Hamptons.
They're on the beat.
looking. They're the white blood cells. You think they're working overtime? No way. They
They're on
kick
the
off
beat.
at 3 p.m.
They're
They got their
everything.
tax break for their jet. They're fucking out of here.
They just hit their intercom and go, red blood cells, I'm leaving for the day. Thank you.
Oh my god.
They're
It's
gone.
like you saw a headline on one of those list websites, but then you didn't actually
Right.
read.
No DNA
Listen.
in blood.
No DNA in blood.
There's no DNA in red
Asterisk.
blood cells.
Red
okay.
bits.
How much of the time are you separating your red and white blood
Also,
cells?
if he punches a dude in the face, he's getting more than just blood. He's getting little bits of skin and hair and all that in there. I've seen CSI. They do little dust and
Little
they find
swabs.
it.
Right,
Yeah.
but if you lamp someone in the front of their face, you're covered. You've got everything.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying I
Spit.
just was bringing up an interesting fact that there's no DNA in red blood cells.
Gotcha.
Red blood
Not-
cells make up 40 to 45% of your blood.
40 to 45%. What's the rest?
I'm looking.
That is
red
not.
White blood cells and platelets.
Water.
And
I think there's
probably
other
a lot
stuff.
of
White
water.
blood cells. Red blood cells are definitely.
Oh.
They
White
got-
blood cells are 1% of your blood.
Yeah.
The rest water?
No,
Red blood
no,
cells
no.
are doing all the heavy
Yeah.
lifting in blood.
That's why it's red.
There you go.
That is not an interesting fact.
It's a very very interesting fact.
Not an interesting fact.
Well, people think you draw blood, you get DNA.
If you break it down far enough, yeah, there's no DNA in an atom of your body.
Go on.
Go ahead.
If you go small enough, yeah.
Well, if you go to a
atom.
skin cell,
Have you played that game Everything?
a cell is a cell. It's interesting that red blood
A
cells.
cup of blood, loads of DNA. If you go smaller, maybe not. That's not an
whose
interesting
DNA?
fact.
But who's getting an atom of blood? I mean,
Name another
not
cell in the
that there's an
body
atom
that
of blood.
doesn't have
Don't fucking at
DNA.
me.
Name another cell in the body that doesn't have DNA.
P?
Would a brain cell have it? A P cell? Is that what you said? How dare
I
you?
posit.
if you took
P cell.
all of the particles,
cell.
All right. It's about time to wrap this
What's
shit
wrong
up.
with you?
Let's be done with this.
Idris Elba was fucking great in The Wire.
Thanks. I'm still watching The Wire.
Stringer Bell.
I sent you that
Amazing.
fucking screenshot. Matriculating.
Dude is
Listen,
a
I
cat.
think you went and looked that up.
Mention the store.
I think you looked that
buy
up.
stuff. No, I was watching that episode that night.
That's not true.
But you could buy this Funhouse hat or
don't.
that shirt.
Where's the Bernie hat?
The Bernie hat's not here.
Which are actually now starting to sell.
There's another shirt over there you
They
could buy.
sure are.
That
Well,
hat
there's
as
Bernie
well
hat.
you could
They're
buy.
everywhere.
All right. Store.roosterteeth.com. Buy
Also,
shit.
but we should point out, we should talk about one thing, since Ellie and I are both here, which is in today's vlog, I announced that the vlog is ending.
Yes.
The Bernie's vlog is coming to a close. We're in the last few weeks of it. It'll probably wrap up sometime around the beginning of the year. Somewhere between that and the middle of January is we're going to wrap up the vlog.
End of the year of the rooster.
And we don't know what we're going to do. We'll figure something else out.
No, now you won't have to worry about iOS autocorrecting vlog anymore.
Do a
There you
blog.
go.
Very true.
Do a blog instead.
Write down everything you did.
So send all your suggestions for what they should do to @Bernie.
My iOS also has decided some words that I type are going to be capitalized, and that's all there is to it. My iOS,
When I sent you the word Ragnarok the other day, it made it all capital letters.
Ragnarok.
the word some,
Probably pulling it from iTunes.
SOME, has a capital S now in my phone, and it's not going to let me type it
You
any
know
other
what
way.
Apple do that's shitty? They put a capital B in Xbox that makes you look an idiot when they do
False.
it deliberately.
They do it in iPhone, too.
What?
My
But
phone.
iPhone's
Type,
correct.
type
iPhone does have a capital P.
Yeah.
Xbox does not have a capital.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
L-
All right.
Lowercase x, big case B?
Right.
Oh,
Looks-
that's
makes it-
sabotage.
Makes it sound like you're an idiot.
That's sabotage.
That is sabotage.
That's sabotage.
Thanks for watching. Bye.